as soon as I get out this football game and I get settled in my hotel room, I'll give you a call, okay? And you tell me what you need me to say, and I'll put it out there, okay?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay. Everything all right? I saw the email from Amber. I was like, is everybody okay?
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I got it now.
It's time to crank up some football. Bethune-Cookman Wildcat Sports is on the air. Head coach Raymond Woody Jr. has the Wildcats fired up and ready to go.
It's all about the technique, fundamentals, attention to detail.
The players are locked in.
The standard, being smart, fast, physical, and aggressive, that's something that we live by every day.
And the crowd is on their feet.
It's go time.
It's time to send it to the field with the voice of the Wildcats, Mike Torello, on the CatEye Radio Network.
It is no secret that the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats have been a part of some epic football games since joining the SWAC, unfortunately falling short in most of those contests. But without doubt, the craziest game was the thrill ride last year in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, against the Southern Jaguars. The Wildcats had plenty of opportunities to take the win in regulation, but a missed field goal and a late sack out of field goal range sent the game to overtime, where the home team eventually prevailed after 5 overtime periods and went on to win the SWAC West. Now, 1 year later, and Southern, for the first time in their 116-year history of playing football, are set to take the field in Daytona Beach for the first time, facing a BCU squad with revenge on the mind. Live from Larry Kelly Field at Daytona Stadium in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida, today's broadcast of Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network at 1380 WELE The Cat is on the air. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Cervello. Happy to have your company as BCU football begins a 3-game homestand here over the next 4 weeks. I'm joined in the broadcast booth, as always, by former Bethune-Cookman football player Daryl Natil. Daryl, BCU has never beaten Southern. 0-7 all time, but it feels like this year the Wildcats have the team to finally get one over on the Jaguars.
You know, I was looking at the stats earlier this morning and realizing that we're 0-7 against Southern University. But here's an opportunity this year. You know, we fell short last year out there in Baton Rouge, 5 overtimes. We missed a short field goal right before halftime that causes us to lose that, you know, to go in tied at the end of the game. But this afternoon, high-powered offense for the Cats and another high-powered offense for the Southern Jaguars. Could be another shootout like it was last week.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats enter this afternoon's contest at 2-4 on the season and 1-1 in SWAC conference play after dropping a high-scoring 52-35 loss to Alabama State in Montgomery last Saturday. Despite the inflated scoreline, the Cats outgained the Hornets in the ballgame 669 to 659, but allowed 388 rushing yards against. That's the most under Coach Woody, and only forced ASU to punt 2 times in the entire game. After another first-play long bomb of an 85-yard touchdown to Malik Huggins, Cam Ransom struggled with an injury to his non-throwing hand and was replaced by Timmy McLean. McLean had his best game of the year, throwing for 266 yards and 2 touchdowns and punching the ball in the end zone twice with his legs. But the VCU defense couldn't keep the maroon and gold in the game. Darryl, the 2 main things I noticed last week was missed tackles in space and the inability to defend outside runs. What was your take on the game last week?
Well, my take is the same thing. We didn't see the aggression as far as tackling, and we didn't adjust to the plays to the weak side. So this week we're going to have to really concentrate on the run because, you know, you got a kid like Trey Holly transferred from LSU, one of the best running backs in the FCS. He'll be on that field this afternoon, and a couple of more running backs. They have a great ground game. So our defense is going to have to be stiff. The linebackers are going to have to make sure they fill the holes. I think last week showed that our pass defense is pretty good. We were starting to get some rush, but the run, we gave up 330-something yards against them.
I mean, I've been at practice this week talking to Coach Woody and then watching practice, and all he's been hitting on all week in practice is stop the run. He got everybody together after final practice on Thursday, and everybody, the whole team in a huddle, stop the run. That was his main message to the team. Let's see if they can get it done today.
Let's see if they can get it done. Even I rode by the facility late in the afternoon. You know, they practiced at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I saw them doing a walkthrough with just the defense, you know, walking in the gaps. I say, man, we got to stop the run. Everybody's been saying stop the run. You got a rainy afternoon. It's going to be hard to really throw the football, and we got a lot of wind blowing. So it's going to be a ground game, chunk ground game, short game, too, for both teams.
For a different perspective on the Alabama State game and a preview of today's matchup with Southern, I spoke to head coach Raymond Woody Jr. ahead of Thursday morning's practice. I'm here with Coach Woody before the Wildcats take on Southern to open a 3-game and 4-week homestand here at Daytona Stadium. Coach, we've got to talk about the Alabama State win, loss. Obviously, the offense still performs well, 35 points. Timmy McLean comes in and runs the offense when Cam gets a bit of an injury. And talk about making that switch at quarterback.
Well, I tell you what, you know, those guys are prepared for every situation. We put them in those situations in practice. So, for me, that wasn't surprising for him to just come in and do what he did.
What needs to change defensively against Southern this week? I mean, you gave up 388 yards on the ground. Southern comes in with Trey Holly, one of the best backs in the SWAC, and obviously the ground game is their modus operandi. What is the change in operation this week?
Got to be able to play technique, fundamental sounds, and tackle, you know, and make sure we discipline in our gaps.
Looking at Southern offensively, it seems like they haven't really figured it out, especially through the air. What are you looking to attack this week in the secondary?
Well, I tell you what, I mean, we just going to do our game plan, what we do best, and hopefully that'll be enough to win a game.
Is Cam Ransom back at number 1, or are you going to see Timmy start this week?
Well, right now, I mean, Cam is running with the ones, and we're going to see how the next 2 days turn out. But he's healthy.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
For the first 2 years under Coach Woody, the main complaint was that the offense wasn't doing enough to close out all the close games the defense was putting us in. Well, those voices have been well and truly silenced as the Cats are averaging 27.3 points per game and 430 yards per game, up a full touchdown on average from last year and almost double the total yards per game. And they've scored over 35 in the last 4 games straight for BCU. Despite dealing with a QB battle and injury issues, Cam Ransom has thrown for 877 yards and 10 touchdowns, just one shy of last year's total already. Remember, we're only in Game 6, while rushing for 5 more. Timmy McClain has pushed him all the way with 616 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air and on the ground. Freshman Kamani Robinson leads the rushing attack with 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ali Scott Jr. has been a force with 321 yards and 2 scores as well. In the receiving game, Malik Huggins might be on to break some records this season with 516 yards and 6 touchdowns in 6 games. Javon Ross has been unlocked to the tune of 400 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, with Lorenzo Jenkins and Ricky Shaw also being top contributors. Daryl, now that our offense is out there on films and opposing teams know how explosive it is, what do we have to do to keep putting up those points that's keeping us in games right now?
I think I saw something last week where, we opened up the game with an 85-yard, touchdown pass. But our receivers are ranked number 1 in the SWAC, so you're going to have to cover Jenkins, you're going to have to cover Bonbon, and you got to cover Malik. But we saw a variation of the screen passes last week. We continue to throw those screens across the middle and those tunnel screens to keep them balanced. You got to cover 3 different guys who are ranked high in the SWAC and number 10 in the FCS. So they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play pass defense.
One of the most underrated positions on the field is the offensive line. They don't generate any stats and mostly get noticed when they screw up. So this week, I wanted to shine a light on the O-line and interview center Christian Loving. I'm here with Christian Loving before the Wildcats take on the Southern Jaguars here on Saturday. Christian, let's talk about the offense this year, because you guys have been moving the ball up and down the field, scoring a bunch of points, and it's unlike any of the offenses you've been working with your last couple of years here.
We just like to stay consistent. I feel like our coaches over prepare us every week, and we just come out here and do our job. I feel like we just stay on top of our things, and we come out here with a steady head.
What is the difference blocking for Cam versus McClain? Because Timmy likes to stay in the pocket. He's a bit more of a passer. Cam likes to improvise. He likes to run around, move the pocket, scramble. What are your different schemes, different protections for those two?
I feel like we get the same protection for both. We kind of block it the same. However they feel in the backfield is how they feel, So we try to prepare for what Cam does in the backfield, prepared for what Timmy does in the backfield. So if Cam likes to run, we prepare ourselves for the run and try to motion out the way for him. So we like Timmy standing in the pocket too. So that's great.
The rushing attack's been pretty good this year. You've got 3-4 different running backs at times. Does it change depending on who's back there? I know Ali Scott likes to be a little bit more direct. Kamani and Marquis like to bounce it outside a little bit. You have different changes for those guys?
Not much. We block them both the same. We know Ali likes to run downhill, so we move our feet a little faster for Ali. We know he's going to run somebody over downhill. Kamani, Marquis, and all the other running backs, they like to get out, like you said, get outside. So we like them being fast. So that's great for us on the interior. So that's straight.
I know coming into this week, you guys have looked a lot on film at the Southern defensive line. Kelby Givens and company, consistently one of the best in the conference. What have you worked up this week to try and shut them down?
Coach Wash over-prepare us every week, so we get every scheme. Even if it's schemes we don't see in the game, we still know what to do whenever it's thrown at us our way. So I feel like we're prepared to block anything that's thrown our way.
Appreciate your time. Good luck this week.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
For all the advancements the offense has made this season, on the other side of the ball, it's gone in the opposite direction, giving up 39.5 points per game and 447 yards. Both of those numbers are at the bottom of the SWAC and near the bottom of the FCS national statistical rankings. I mentioned it before, but the 388 rushing yards given up to Alabama State last week are concerning as we get ready to face a team whose primary modus operandi, as I said in the interview with Coach Woody, is to run the ball. What's going to have to change for this defense, not just to be successful, but to keep us in games?
You're gonna have to do some things a little bit different. You're gonna have to play 5 and 6 man fronts at times, and you're gonna have to do some stunts into those gaps. We talked about the gaps last week. The 1 and 2 hole I called it. You were calling the A and the B and the C gap. You're gonna have to do some stunts to create some avenues where those guys can get through. You want them to bounce it to the outside, because running through the right tackle, it's been killing us all year.
Well, I know Coach likes to run the 3-2-5 as a base defense. That doesn't really give you a lot against the run. Do you see a have to maybe switch it up and go forward at the front, bring an extra guy in the box? We've seen guys, like Antoine Watts at the safety position, or even Naeem Lassiter as your nickel back, even come into the box at times to try and defend.
they're a run attack team. You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to make some adjustments, and we didn't see the adjustments last week. You know, you had Andrew Body. He was controlling the football game, but their backs ran hard. You're gonna have to do some adjustments for these backs this afternoon.
What about the secondary, right? Because, yes, we're better than we were last year giving up against the pass, but it's still not great. And because we've sold out to stop the run so much, a lot of the corners are on islands. I'm talking about guys like Gunter, White, Harris, McKenzie, Nick Rawls, stuff like that. Do you want to see us maybe play back a little bit, try and play some more zone, keep things in front of us, or do you think we just got to keep playing that man and hope it works?
I love us at man-to-man. I think that's our strength for the defense. You know, zone defense, we saw guys running free against zone defense in South Carolina State and University of Miami games in that zone defense. But I think man-to-man is our strongest defense because that's where our best athletes are. You got 3 guys who are all SWAC in the secondary.
How do you think the weather's going to play in today? It's a little overcast. It's rainy. The wind is whipping left to right as we looked at it out the press box window here at Daytona Stadium. Going to be tough to throw the ball deep down the field like the Wildcats have been doing. Got to rely on that run game more for both teams, but that I think plays into Southern's hands.
I think you got to first of all look and see which way the wind is blowing. And the kicking game is going to be very, very effective because Southern's kicker is only a 50% guy on field goals. We have a great kicking game. I think the kickoffs and the punts for field position is going to be key.
Last thing before we go to the next segment, and I want to talk about the kicking game, specifically opponent kickoffs. They've been kicking the ball to the up man, trying to keep the ball out of Javon Ross or Marquis Johnson's hands. Do you think that continues? And do you think that they change it and put maybe Ross up a lane to try and confuse him?
I think that you can interchange those guys. I think Ross is more experienced, but the other kid, man, he can really run once he break into the ocean. You got 3 guys back there who can break it at any time. We have not seen us get a great yardage on the kickoff returns because so many balls have been going out of the end zone. But I think if you kick it short and we get the right kind of blocking, because our special teams, one of the best special teams we've had in 4 or 5 years.
Continuing with the theme of underappreciated players for my interview series this week, I caught up with the player who's traveled the furthest away from home to play football here in Daytona Beach, Australian punter Max Tulin. I'm joined by Max Tulin on the Wildcat pregame show as we get ready to take on Southern here on Saturday afternoon. Max, the fans are going to learn pretty quickly that you've traveled a long way to be a part of Bethune-Cookman football. So 2 questions right off the bat. Why American football, and how did you find yourself all the way down here in Daytona Beach?
Yeah, great question. So grew up playing Australian football. Big difference is we kick the ball to move it. Was playing that my whole life, and then kind of came across an academy in Australia called Pro-Kick, and they help kind of kids get scholarships across to the US. And the coaches here have had Australians in the past, and it was kind of just the obvious decision to come across and end up in Daytona Beach.
Whenever somebody asks me, why are there so many Australian punters in the U.S. now, I show them highlights of AFL because it's obvious transition because you have to be so accurate when you kick the ball. Does that really help you, your background, and get the accurate punts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you're kicking a ball kind of like 40 yards, 50 yards away to someone on the move. So you kind of, instead of like a quarterback throwing the ball, that's how we kind of move it and kicking it. So yeah, I guess that's the obvious choice for Australians these days.
How is it coming from a game where you're moving all the time, kind of like soccer, you're involved in every play, to you're maybe out there 4 or 5 times a game?
Yeah, it's a big adjustment, to be honest. Like waiting on the sideline for your kind of opportunity to go out there and kick is, it took a bit to get used to. Still kind of getting used to it, but no, I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah.
Have you gotten the opportunity to make a tackle on special teams yet?
Not yet. So, I mean, if I kind of can do my job and keep it as far away from me as possible, that's the way. But I mean, if I get my opportunity, I'll be going for it. So,
appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
After winning the SWAC West title 2 of the last 4 years, expectations were high in Baton Rouge as Southern Jaguars football began year 2 under head coach Terrence Graves. But preseason sweetness has quickly turned sour for the SWAC West reigning champs and preseason number 1s. Southern comes to Daytona Beach off a bye week, carrying a 1-4 overall record and an 0-1 mark in SWAC play. Their lone win coming over Mississippi Valley in a non-conference game in Itabena. Let's learn more about the Jags in this week's edition of the Opponent Report. It has been a rough start to the 2025 season for a Southern team picked to finish first in the SWAC West by a wide margin. After a 2024 that saw the Jags finish 8-5 en route to a SWAC championship loss after a Cricket Celebration Bowl campaign to Jackson State, Southern sits just 1-4, including a SWAC opening loss to those same Tigers 38-13 2 weeks ago. With just one win, the Jaguars sit only above winless Alcorn State in the SWAC West standings. Southern has played two other SWAC teams early on in the season in the non-conference, a 34-29 win at Mississippi Valley State and a 30-7 home loss to Alabama State. The Jaguars have seen struggles on both sides of the ball, entering play Saturday ranked 10th in the SWAC in offense and 9th in defense. They produce the second fewest yards per game and allow the fourth most in the conference. Southern sits in the middle of the pack in rushing offense, averaging 168 yards per game on the ground, but the Jaguars haven't been good in the passing game, averaging just 128 passing yards per game on a 55% completion percentage and only 2 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions. They have also used 3 different quarterbacks on the season. Running back Trey Holly has been the bright spot, averaging nearly 7 yards per carry with 414 total rush yards on the year and 4 scores. He is an LSU transfer. On defense, Southern allows an average of 178 yards per game on the ground and 244 in the air, ahead of only BCU in the latter category. Defensive end Kelby Givens has picked up where he left off a season ago, leading the SWAC with 9.5 tackles for loss and 6 sacks. He has also added 2 forced fumbles. Kelby, the Defensive Player of the Year in the SWAC last year and the preseason Defensive Player of the Year in the SWAC this year. As we round out our pregame show and get you set for kickoff between Bethune-Cookman and Southern, let's send it to our CatEye Network reporter Sabrina Petit home for the keys to the game.
Afternoon, Wildcats. I am Sabrina Petit home, and it's game day. Welcome to CatEye Network, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into keys to the game. Today I have Coach Pat. Coach Pat, how are you?
I'm doing great today. How you doing?
Wonderful. So we just came back from a challenging game against Alabama State. What are some adjustments that we made to make sure that we come up top against Southern?
We just focused on getting back to practice and focus on fixing our corrections. So it wasn't about the opponent that we played with. Alabama State. It was all about us. So fixing up some minor corrections to making sure we're as efficient as possible from offense, defense, and special teams.
Absolutely. How important is it to you that we win at the battle of the line of scrimmage?
I mean, we got the best O-line coach in college football. I really believe that, Coach Washington, and he did a great job of scheming things up. So, and the offensive line take on the persona of the coach, man. And Coach B. Wash is one of the toughest guys I know. So, me and him work hand in hand with a lot of things. So, we feel confident in that as far as taking over the line.
Absolutely. And we're in Florida, but the weather is particularly not in our favor. How are we going to be able to use that as an advantage offensively?
Yeah, you know, we are Florida folks now, and it's hurricane season, so we're used to this. We've been playing in it all week, so our boys are accustomed to it.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, Sabrina. We'll hear from Sabrina Petit home at halftime and at the end of today's game. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff here at Daytona Stadium. The Wildcats are about to run through the band off to our right. It's all maroon and not as much gold for the maroon and gold today. Maroon helmets, maroon jerseys, maroon pants, gold block numbers, Wildcats in gold above the numbers as here come the Wildcats through the smoke, through the tunnel to the right of picture, a gold stripe down the pants. So no white on the uniforms today, just maroon trimmed in gold. The Southern University Jaguars have white helmets, white jerseys, light blue pants, a gold and white stripe down the pants, gold numbers with a light blue trim, and a gold and blue tri-stripe down the center of the helmet, and a gold and blue yoke in that same vein on the shoulders. Going to be a good one today, Daryl, and it's a little bit of a light crowd out here today considering all the rain. It's not currently raining, but it's still very overcast, and it was windy, and it rained earlier. It's probably going to rain throughout the game as well. There's not going to be as much support from the crowd as the Wildcats have been used to the last couple of weeks with big crowds and big home support. How does that change what the Wildcats do?
You know, a lot of the guys talked about that. You know, I think Ali talked about it earlier in the week, saying that he loves playing at home because of the vibe and the atmosphere. But because of the weather, the last few days, I mean, it was torrential winds and rains the last few days, and it's still a little rainy here. But we got so many other things going on, like Bike Week coming up, and then you got homecoming in 2 weeks. A lot of people putting their money back in their pocket, and you have a sparse crowd, but if you play great football, that crowd will be a loud crowd.
Well, if you're not at the stadium, you chose to stay home today, we hope you're tuning in to us here on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Just about 3 minutes away from kickoff, we heard about Sabrina and Coach Pat's keys to the game. Daryl, what are your keys to victory for the Wildcats today?
My keys to the game is this. If we force them to punt at least 4 times, we get 4 stops, at least 4 stops, we can win this football game because we're going to score points, but we got to get off the field. If we can get our defense off the field with the run game, the game's going to be much shorter because the clock's going to be running. So if you can force them into punting situations, that'd be a great key.
Southern's brought a fair amount of fans over on that far sideline, maybe 100 or so fans in gold and blue.
One bus load.
Yeah, all the way down from Baton Rouge. That's a long drive.
Oh, who you telling? We drove it last year.
Well, we drove to Alabama, but last year. But
we drove to Shreveport. No, we drove to Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we drove to Baton Rouge last year. I remember that game. It was the same weather, just like this last year too.
It really was, and it wasn't. I don't think it rained last year in the game between these two teams, but it was definitely overcast and windy the whole time.
It sprinkled right at pregame, but it rather held off. Hopefully, they'll hold off here this afternoon till later.
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Day at the stadium, so pink tape, pink shoes, pink gloves, pink armbands for the BCU players. Got some pink shirts in the crowd, some pink accessories for the band as well.
Yeah.
And the pink ribbon at the 45-yard lines on either side. The BCU logo diagonal letter mark is at midfield. The end zones are unpainted. City of Daytona Beach across from the SWAC logos at the 25. This turf is not long for this field. If some rumors that I'm hearing are true, there's going to be some new turf in here in the next couple years.
Yeah, we have a contract with the turf company. I think 2 more years, this turf will be replaced. It's starting to get a little wear on it, because of the high school play and the weather. The weather plays a big part in it too. But this turf is in great shape. It's one of the better turfs in the SWAC, and it's a fast field.
Well, last week Alabama State probably had the best.
Yeah, they had the best.
Yeah, it's a carpet.
And we go to Grambling, they have an artificial turf, but they don't have the rubber pellets in it.
Yeah,
it's very slippery.
It's very flat, so it's kind of like concrete almost in that sense.
Absolutely.
I don't like playing on turf. When I played soccer, I never liked playing on turf. I always wanted to play on grass. But anyway, that's just me. The Wildcats are lost the toss, so they will receive in the first half as Javon Ross is going to go deep. Looks like we've got Rashawn Brown out there on the far side up man and Juan Rodriguez, the near side up man. The kicker for Southern is the freshman out of Shoemaker High School in Killeen, Texas, that's their kickoff returner. The freshman out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Central High School, Nathan Zimmer. Zimmer setting up the ball near side on the 35-yard line.
And Southern, the wind just blew the ball off.
Yeah, Southern will kick right to left. 15 minutes on the first quarter clock. It is just about football time in Daytona Beach. Thank you for joining us here on the CatEye Network. It is SWAC action, Southern Jaguars, Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, and we are just about underway, still waiting for the signal from the referees. And here we go. Zimmer approaches the ball with his right foot, puts it into play right to left. That really holds up in the wind. At the 10-yard line, here's Ross, center of the field, cutting left between the hash marks to the 30. Near side numbers to the 40 and dragged down at the 41-yard line. Nice return by Bonbon.
Great return by Bonbon. They had it set up perfectly with the wedge. He broke clear at about the 30-yard line, picked up like 12 more yards. I'd like to see the return like that. First down for the Cats inside the 39-yard line.
So let's see where they're going to go. It's Cam Ransom at quarterback and not McLean to start. So he is heavily taped on that offhand. He got a glove on, a lot of tape on that wrist. And he wasn't that great last week because he was struggling with that injury. So let's see how we get on. From the 41-yard line, left to right, the Wildcats in the all-maroon, 4-down lineman against the 4-man rush. Cam goes short over the middle. That pass is caught by Ricky Shaw. He's near midfield. He's going to get 7 yards on first down before he's driven out of bounds on the near sideline.
Something different. We didn't see The long ball.
Yeah, no, I was half expecting. I was half expecting the bomb.
Their
but no,
safeties were 25 yards deep. That's why.
They went underneath for 7 yards, up to the 48-yard line. First catch for Ricky Shaw in a minute. He didn't really have a catch last week.
He's been hurt. He's back on the field.
2 receivers left, single right, ball right hash. Everybody tight to the formation. Play action for Cam. Here comes the blitz. He feels it. He throws over the middle, and it is overthrown and incomplete. Had Huggins wide open at the Southern 30 near side numbers and just way overthrew him. But that's that Southern defensive line. They are big boys, and they will get back there quickly, especially Kelby Givens on the left defensive end, the 6'2", 245-pounder out of Shreveport, Louisiana. He is a potential draft pick.
It's a big third down here. You don't want to give it up right now.
3rd down and 3. Wildcats are at their own 48-yard line. Haven't run the ball yet. Would not be surprised if Southern brings some heat here. Just a minute into the contest. 3 receivers left, single right. Here's the snap. The Jags do bring some heat. The Wildcats will run off the left side. It is Ali Scott Jr. breaks a tackle, still going, and tripped up past the 50 into Southern territory at the 44-yard line.
You know, we saw Ali last week run that football very hard. I think I made a comment saying that you can always tell when he's running because the defense is going the opposite direction once there's contact.
He just bowled through Jaden Rogers, a 6'2", 375er out of Louisiana, and just bowled him straight over. 1st and 10 for the Cats. They spot the ball at the 42-yard line of Southern going left to right. Scott motions into the backfield to the right hip of Ransom, who takes the snap. Cam to pass. He's looking far side. Underneath, that pass is caught. A flag flies in the backfield as Huggins gets about 5 yards to the 37-yard line. Looks like a hold.
Might be a hold on us.
Penalties are...
Chop block. Low block. Hold. It's a hold.
Yeah, it's a hold on the offense.
You know, I was about to mention, when was the last time you seen the Wildcats run a ball on 3rd down, 3rd and long?
Well, it was 3rd and short. It was 3rd and 3. But, I mean, you have a guy like Scott who just keeps turning those legs.
Now we're behind the sticks.
Yeah, the Wildcats averaging 6.3 penalties per game for 58.5 yards. The Jags, 9.6 penalties per game for 79 yards. But now it is 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty at the 48-yard line. Cam, pressured off the edge, has to get rid of it quickly into the scrum. It's caught, and getting to the 50-yard line for a 2-yard gain is Ali Scott Jr. That's Givens off the edge, unblocked.
Yeah, Givens is a monster, man. He's one of the better players in the SWAC. And like you say, he's going to be playing on Sundays. He's a 6'2", 245-pounder out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Great football player.
Only a 2-yard gain. Right on the 50-yard line, the ball is spotted, and it's going to be 2nd down and 19.
Watch the safeties bail out right here.
2 receivers right, single left. Scott in the backfield. In motion, Bun across. Fake the handoff to him. Cam going to escape. Throw the outlet pass to Ross on the far side at the 50. Southern 45. Driven out of bounds there. Yeah. And it's going to be 3rd down and long, 13.
Yeah, that penalty killed us, put us way back behind the sticks. And we're across midfield. Right here is a long 3rd and, 13?
Yep. Right on the 45-yard line. Got to get to the 32. So the Wildcats are going to have to go quick passes all day long. Cam's not going to have enough time to sit there in the pocket against this big defensive front. You're talking about Givens, also Zach Yassine, Jaden Rogers, Jerome Wallace up there. Those are big guys.
Them guys coming, too.
4 wide, ball left hash, 3 on the right-hand side.
On the blitz.
They show the pressure. They back it off and only rush 4. Cam steps up, throws middle. That pass is caught close to a 1st down.
He got it.
And he's going to pick it up. A 14-yard pickup on 3rd and 13, a curl route. That was Jalen Mobley, the tight end.
Yeah, Mobley, ran a nice little route right in front of the linebacker, right past the sticks. He knew how much he needed for the 1st down.
So a 14-yard pickup, and the Wildcats keep the drive alive. Great throw by Cam. Bullet right down the middle.
Cam looks like Cam today.
They'll spot the ball at the Southern 32. They'll go fullback formation with the extra blocking in on the right-hand side. Scott in the pistol behind Cam in the gun. Just a single receiver each side. They'll hand the ball off to Ali Scott Jr., lowers his shoulder and gets about 2, maybe 3, up to the 28.
Good-looking play off the right side.
But
keeping him honest, that's 5. He got 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a really good run by Scott. I thought he was going to be stopped closer to the 30-yard line, got all the way to the 28 official spot, officially 4 yards on the run.
You can see the confidence in the offense. You can see the way they're coming out the huddle. You can see that they're on their game.
But even 3rd and 13, they were like, yeah, we got this. Now 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard pickup on 1st down. The ball's at the Southern 28-yard line. Man in motion, left to right, lots of motion. A pitch to Bon, and he bobbled the ball and is knocked down to the backfield for a loss of 6, and it's going to be 3rd and 12.
That was a jet sweep, but it was the pitch jet sweep, and he bobbled it to kill the timing on the play. We lose about 2 yards on the play.
Yep.
You want to go forward with it, guys, not backwards.
Well, they're going backwards again, and it's 3rd down and long for the 2nd straight time on this drive. 3rd down and 12 now. Back the ball up all the way to the 34-yard line.
Malik Huggins time.
Trying to get into field goal range here, if nothing else. 3 receivers left, single right. Southern looks like they might bring a 5th. They'll they'll drop everybody back. Cam rolls left out of the pocket. He's going to launch it deep down the field, wide open in the end zone. It is dropped. It's dropped. Oh, my goodness. That was Ricky Shaw. Ricky Shaw had a wide open catch attempt in the back of the end zone. Both safeties lost him, and it's going to now be a really long field goal for Juan Dominguez.
Oh, we're going to punt the football away. He was so wide open like the guy at South Carolina State. He was so wide open, man. He could have took his time and ate lunch.
He just dropped it.
Yep.
Just plain old dropped it. Now, they are going to try and kick this. 51-yarder.
With the wind
at the back. Juan Dominguez, his career long is 35. Hit that one in the season-opening game against FIU.
Too many men. They got too many men.
The snap, the kick. It is on the way, and it is no good. Had the distance just off to the left. And the Wildcats hurt themselves on that drive, Daryl. The penalty and then the negative play on 2nd and 4.
Yeah, you can't shoot yourself in the foot on a nice drive like that. That last play when Shaw dropped that football, he was so open, man.
My goodness. That was a guaranteed touchdown, and he just plain old dropped it in the back of the end zone. And Southern will get the football now. Decent field position at their own 34-yard line going right to left. So here we shall see who Southern sends out to be the quarterback. It's going to be Trey Holly, the running back, and Cameron McCoy is going to be the quarterback for Southern to start this one off. The junior out of St. Louis, Missouri, was formerly at Jackson State, but before that at Eastern Michigan. McCoy with 2 receivers spread out to the right and 1 to the left. And lots of movement. Looks like Juan Gonzalez, the center, jumped early.
Well, you know, some of the guys sitting next to me from Southern was talking about Southern penalties.
And you look at it, almost 10 penalties a game for 79.8 yards.
Boy, I'm still looking at that pass dropped in the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Nobody's more beat up about it, of course, than Ricky Shaw. I mean, he should have had that. I hope he gets another opportunity in this game. But that's a 5-yard penalty. Move it all the way back to the 29-yard line of Southern after the false start by Juan Gonzalez, the center.
They're doing something. Somebody's on the field talking to the official. Okay.
I think the referee's mic wasn't working.
Okay. Yeah.
So now 1st and 15 for Southern. I'll hand the ball off to, play action, middle wide open, and a streaking down the middle is Darren Morris, and he might be gone. In the middle of the hash marks, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, arcing near side, he's into the end zone. A 79-yard touchdown, first play from scrimmage on play action, and Southern takes the lead. Darren Morris, his 2nd touchdown of the year, only 165 yards. He's their top receiver. And so now, after that, the Southern Jaguars are going to line up to kick this extra point. Nathan Zimmer with the wind at his face. That's in the left-hand end zone. It is up. It is good. And with 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to go, the Wildcats get a taste of their own medicine. One play, 79 yards. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed me when I said I think we were going to lose this game. Nobody believed me. It was perfect play action, too. The linebacker bit so far down on trying to stop Trey Holly that number 4 was just wide open. .9:38 on the clock here in the first quarter at Daytona Stadium. Southern goes one play, 71 yards for a touchdown to Darren Morris. Cameron McCoy's third touchdown pass of the season. Morris's second receiving touchdown. The Wildcats bit so hard on that play action fake that nobody covered Morris streaking across the middle of the field, Daryl.
Yeah, you're looking for the run. Stop the run. You heard that all week long. You're picking in the backfield. Guy runs a slant in front of you with great speed, catches it and runs it 70-something yards for the touchdown. So Cats playing from behind. We're comfortable playing from behind. I know that.
Well, we haven't been playing from behind the last couple of weeks, right? Against Alabama A&M and even against Alabama State, we were ahead first in both of those games. And even going back to Edward Waters, we were ahead first in that game.
Game should be tied right now, 7-7.
Now, Wildcats shot themselves in the foot of the first drive. That's an ugly kick, bouncing over the head of Rashawn Brown, fielded all the way back at the 10, has to dance through some tacklers, far side 15, and gets to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. That was an ugly kick, but in the wind, it just bounced right over the up man.
That's what they were looking to do, kick that ball to mess up the timing, because the first kick, Bomb broke clean through the wedge, so they had to do something a little different that time to break the timing up. So first down for the Cats at the 18-yard line?
No, 16.
16?
So the Wildcats will go left to right, down 7-0 with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Cam back out there at the quarterback position. It'll be Ali Scott, the running back, but it's going to be 5 wide with Scott all the way to the far side of the formation. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left, ball left hash. Do we see the deep shot right here?
No, you're going to see a slant pattern across the middle.
Here comes the 4-man Southern rush. Cam over the middle. Huggins at the 20, open to the 25. Jump cut at the 30, running left. At the 35, towards the out-of-bounds line of the 40. And a 23-yard pickup means a first down Bethune-Cookman.
That's what that slant route I was talking about. I saw it set up for Huggins right there. Great catch. Great yardage after the catch, too.
So all the way to the 39 is where they'll officially spot it. Great catch and run by Huggins. He's the Wildcats' top receiver, 516 yards and 6 touchdowns coming into the game. We got a 4-man diamond formation of the receivers on the near side and one to the far side. Ball still left hash.
They don't know how to cover it. They're asking that, the secretary, how do we cover that?
Cam looks to the one-on-one coverage on the far side. That is Huggins again. He's going to stumble out of bounds near midfield to the 48-yard line. That'll be an 8-yard pickup.
I like that formation because it gives Huggins one-on-one with the cornerback back there.
He's one-on-one with Zay Franks, the graduate transfer from Southern Miss, on that far sideline. Actually, they didn't give him a very good spot on that. They spotted it all the way back at the 46-yard line. So now it's 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard pickup. Here comes the blitz. Cam looking, under pressure, throws deep, near side, overthrows Huggins and incomplete. We got to keep looking to the short routes and stop trying to take the top off the defense every play, because those intermediate routes are there every time.
Absolutely. It's third and about 4.
Yeah.
He had some guys open underneath, but if he puts the ball in the right place, that's a great play. But he's looking for the deep ball every time.
Mm-hmm. And remember the conditions. Very windy.
Yeah, the wind is timing.
A little bit of spitting rain. 3rd down and 3. Got to get to midfield to move the chains. Play action, throw far side. That's a good little out route, and that'll be a first down to the Southern 48-yard line. Josh Evans makes only his 4th catch of the year.
Yeah, Josh caught that ball and spun to the outside. He was just a step away from breaking it.
They like that one-on-one matchup on that far sideline.
I like it too.
Because they've been putting Huggins there. Now they put Josh Evans out there. First down, Wildcats at the Southern 48, down 7-0, 7:50 and counting in the first quarter. Southern's only had the ball for one play. It was a 71-yard touchdown pass. They bring in the jumbo package again in the pistol with the fullback on the right-hand side. Southern crowds the box with 8. They'll run the ball off the strong side to Ali Scott Jr. He got nothing, maybe one. Now they'll give him 2.
They give him 2.
Up to the 46-yard line.
You got to keep him honest on a play like that.
Elijah West officially credited with the tackle, but Jaden Rogers was also in there. Darren Scott as well for the Jags.
They come your top receivers back into the game. They were out for one play.
We're going to struggle to run the ball, I think, today against a really big Southern front, which is why I think the Wildcats have gone to looks like an air raid offense out there with the 4-5 wide. They're 4 wide now, 2-by-2 on 2nd down and 8 from the 46 going left to right. They'll run this time with Scott, and he'll fall forward from 2 more and bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 43.
You got to continue to pound. You got to pound even though there's some big guys in there, and it's not a hot day, but you continue to pound and pound and pound. Something will break.
The Wildcats 4th in the SWAC, averaging 178 yards per game on the ground.
Yep, man-to-man.
3 receivers left, single right, 3rd down and 6. Middle linebacker shows blitz. Offsides, free play. Cam scrambles to his left. Going to throw deep down the field and overthrow everybody. He took the shot because it was offsides. It's still going to be 3rd down, but it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah. That's how you stop the blitz. You gotta run those hard counts.
And that was Givens who was way offside.
You run those hard counts when those guys coming up in the gaps. That's how you catch them.
So the Wildcats get a break. That's the first penalty of the game against Southern.
No, it's the second.
A second penalty?
Yeah, they had a penalty on the first play of the game, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Their first play of the game.
Mm-hmm. They had the false start. They made it 1st and 15, and they scored the 71-yard touchdown on that play. Actually, they gave us the first down, so it must have been exactly enough to get the first down right at the 38-yard line of Southern. Lots of motion on the blue and white side of that of the line of scrimmage pre-snap. 2 receivers left, single right, Scott sidecar right. They fake the jet sweep. Cam pressured, lost 2 yards on a sack. Back at the 40-yard line, that's going to be Darren Scott, 6'3", 260 out of Folsom, California.
That was a covered sack that time. We had so many guys going deep, man. You got to throw that ball underneath like you talked about.
You cannot rely on the deep ball against a Southern front that's this good. Cam has no time in the pocket. You got to go quick plays here. Lost at 2, 2nd and 12 for the Cats back at their own 40, down 7-0 with just under 6 minutes to go first quarter. Cam with the hard count now looks to the sideline to change the play. Cam motions Scott to his right hip, 3 on the play clock. He gets the snap, 4-man rush. Cam looking, throwing. Comebacker to the near side to Evans at the 30-yard line, still dancing in space. And he will be tackled at the 31 after going backwards a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Like he had the first down, but he tried to dance back, trying to spin out of it.
If he takes a key from Ali Scott Jr., puts his shoulders north and south, and just goes for it, he probably has the first down. Third and 3 at the 31.
It's 4-down territory all day.
Yeah. As the Wildcats have already missed a 51-yard field goal in this first quarter. Clock running. 3rd and 3 now. 3 left, single right. Here comes the blitz. They run with, fumble by Scott. He lost the ball. He picks it up and falls backwards past the 35, and it's going to be 4th and 8 after another bad play.
Well, you know, every time we get close, that's when we start getting nervous.
My goodness. They might go for this because this would be a 55-yard field goal.
You got to go for it. You got to go 4th and 8.
4th and 8 from the 36.
Run for the sticks, pick up the first down. Or you go for that slant pattern again with those
the Wildcats have already got a 3rd and 13 in the first quarter on that first drive. Now 4th down and 8 in no man's land at the Southern 36.
Watch Bonbon on his middle screen.
Play action, 4-man rush, Cam middle to Bonbon. He got it at the 25-yard line.
That was a tough catch for a little tough receiver. He went across the middle and was
traffic.
Bang.
He got sandwiched by Horatio Johnson and Herman Brister, the 2 safeties, but he hung on to the ball, What a conversion for the Cats, first down at the 25.
Yeah, he showed he can be a possession receiver and he can catch the long ball. That was a tough catch across the middle with some big linebackers. First down, Cats.
Under 4 minutes to go first quarter. Wildcats down 7-0. Jags have only had the ball one play. It was a 71-yard touchdown. And the Wildcats trying to even things up here before the end of one. Ball in the middle of the field after that 13-yard completion. Ali Scott Jr. up the middle on a delayed handoff. He's wrestled down after a gain of about 4 or 5.
We'll take that.
If you're getting 4 or 5 yards per carry, that's a good play. Tackle on the play by Grayson LaFleur.
And it's keeping those linebackers honest because we can slip some receivers behind them down here. This is where Cam likes to throw that slant route.
Yep. And bring Jalen Mobley in at the tight end spot on the right-hand side. This is 2nd down and 5 after a 5-yard gain on first down to run to Ali Scott. They're right at the 20-yard line on the left hash, going left to right with 3 minutes to go first quarter, down 7-0. 2 receivers to the right, single left. Cam, play action, looking.
Back out of the backfield.
And he hits Scott out of the backfield. Turns upfield, first down and more at the 15-yard line and all the way down to the 13 before he's run out of bounds on the far side.
That's there because what he did, he chipped the end, and the end came in on the rush. He just threw it over the end's head.
Yep.
And that was wide open.
Now, that was a check down. That wasn't the first read. The first read was Huggins deep, but it was a good play by Cam to know that he didn't have much time, pocket was collapsing, just find the outlet.
To me, that was the play because I saw it open all the way. First down.
At the 13-yard line, Wildcats in the red zone. Cam, the hand on. Oh, Cam keeps it, runs left, gets a block, cuts upfield at the 10, at the 5, diving for the end zone. He lost the ball. It's out the back of the end zone. Is that going to be a touchback?
The touchdown. The touchdown. They called it a touchdown.
Did he cross the plane before he lost the ball?
He had crossed the plane.
The ball went out the back of the end zone, but did Cam keep possession all the way through the play? The referees are talking about it now. No signal. Still no signal.
No, it was the signal that said touchdown.
Yeah, but the side judge said touchdown. The back judge said touchback. So there's all sorts of confusion. So have the Wildcats equalize the game or not?
They're kicking the extra point, man. Touchdown. That's a touchdown. He was down right there. Ball popped out after he fell.
I'm seeing the replay right now. He dives for the goal line.
Touchdown. Now here comes the ball.
I think the ball was out first.
We're kicking the extra point.
But
we're kicking the extra point.
Juan Dominguez is on for the extra point.
We're kicking the extra point. It's up.
Snap is good. Kick is also good. And with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go, now we can't review it because the next play happened.
Come on, guys.
Listen, you know me. I'm Mr. Debbie Downer over here. I got to keep things real.
I saw it in real time. It's almost the same play in South Carolina State when he went over the goal line, hit the ground, and fumbled it, and it was recovered by South Carolina State. And the replay showed he had crossed the plane. Once you cross the plane, play's over.
Well, I guess I didn't get a chance to say it. So touchdown Bethune-Cookman, touchdown
Maroon and Gold.
We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, Southern will be on the ball next. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network at 1380 WELE.
The birthday boy.
Back at Daytona Stadium, the Wildcats have tied things with the Southern Jaguars after a 13-play, 83-yard drive covering 9 minutes and 31 seconds. A long drive for Bethune-Cookman, and now there's just 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the first quarter clock, Daryl.
Mike, here's something to look at, though. The Cats have driven the ball on every team they've played this year in the SWAC, so the offense is really doing well for the Cats. We just got to get our defense on track.
Yep. The Wildcats have run, let me see totals, 22 plays for 113 yards.
In one quarter.
But Southern has one play, 71 yards and a touchdown. So
score should be 14-7.
Well, we can't live on the what-ifs.
What if? You're right,
because
you're right.
The biggest what-if, of course, was the Southern game last year, the 5 overtimes.
What if Caden Clark didn't get hurt, then the Aces wouldn't be the WNBA champs.
Now, you can't play the what-if game. Dominguez kicks off. That's going to be with the wind all the way out the back of the end zone. And as per the usual, there's some bodies bumping on that kick return.
I listened to our broadcast from last week, and there was fights every kick. Every time there was a kick, there was a scuffle.
Oh yeah, they were scuffling.
That's going to be a great game today, Alabama A&M and Jackson State.
Well, you're going to want to stick around at halftime. One, because there's a great segment going on 1380 WELE, where Larry Steele is going to be talking to Dr. Vanell Bennett, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and the Chief of Staff, Dr. Julius John, talking about the new initiatives at Bethune-Cookman University and BCU Global Online, the new thing that just dropped. But also, you're going to want to stick around for the Around the SWAC segment and find out how things are going at Jackson.
I met her on the plane last week when we went to Alabama A&M. She's a very smart, articulate lady, and I'm glad to have her in the BCU fold. Yeah.
So now it's time for the Wildcats to play some defense. I mean, one play, 71 yards, got beat bad by that play action. What do you got to do, right? Because you're selling out to stop the run. Southern knows you're selling out to stop the run.
Well, Woody said it. You got to play with your eyes, too. You got to see what's going on in order to react to what's going on.
We are just waiting for
SWAC TV, baby.
SWAC TV. Like I said, they put the timer away, but the red hat, he's not wearing a red hat today. He's wearing a maroon jacket, is still on the field.
Where's the timer? The timer's not, maybe it's not charged.
He lost his timer, and he's just sitting out there. So we have no idea how much time is left. Anyway, homecoming is right around the corner. You won't want to miss a moment. Get your tickets today as BCU hosts Arkansas Pine Bluff on Saturday, October 25th at Daytona Stadium. Get your tickets today at bcuathletics.com/tickets. Don't forget, all the action will be on SWAC TV, or you can listen right here on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE, Daytona Beach. So here comes Southern. They'll start at the 25-yard line, going right to left in the white helmets, the white jerseys, the light blue pants. Wildcats in the all maroon with black sleeves and pink accessories here on Breast Cancer Awareness Day. At the 25-yard line, Cameron McCoy's the quarterback. Play action, roll out to the right. He's got Steven Sparrow for company in the backfield, and Sparrow's going to punch the ball out. It's going to go out of bounds for a sack all the way back at the 20-yard line.
Sparrow's a kid that's a strong safety. He's doubling now as a linebacker. He's gained some weight, but he still has that speed. He came through there and chased the quarterback down. Got to give him a sack on that, 4-yard loss?
5-yard loss all the way back to the 20. Great job by Sparrow. And he punched the ball out, too, but he punched it out of bounds. So 2nd down and 15 for Southern. That's 2 plays in a row. They've gone play action fake to Hawley. Now Hawley is sidecar left of McCoy. 1 man in motion left to right. Another play action. McCoy going across the middle. Caught at the 20-yard line. And a good tackle by Antoine Watts for only a 1-yard gain up to the 21-yard line. That was in the flat to Darren Morris, who had the touchdown.
That's what you got to do. You got to get that guy down on the ground. You got to grab those legs and don't let him
that's the kind
get loose.
That's the kind of tackle last week we didn't make.
Right.
So now 3rd down and 14 for Southern at the 21-yard line. Look how deep Jaden Davis is playing. He's playing at the 40. The safety back.
Let's get off the field for one of those stops like we talked about.
4-down lineman for the Cats. 3 receivers right, single left, and a false start on Southern. That'll be on the right tackle, Brian Wallace, number 74, the sophomore out of Miami and Killian High School.
Okay.
You remember Killian High School?
I remember. I'm going to tell you, I used to do fellowship at Christian Athletes at Killian High School, I had a couple of kids who went to the NFL from there. I had Shedrick Redwine from University of Miami. He's playing the Canadian League right now. I had a couple of kids. Derek Lourdes was the head coach there. I used to do FCA at Kenny. I love that school, the Cougars.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 20. Ball all the way back at the 15-yard line for Southern. Wildcats look to rush only 3 here and drop everybody deep. McCoy, pump fake, rolls left. He's going to go down for another sack.
Wow.
Back at the 13-yard line. LaRon Davis knocked down McCoy. 2 sacks in 3 plays, and the Wildcat defense responds emphatically with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
That's one of those stops that I talked about. If the Cats could get off the field on 3rd down at least 4 or 5 times here this afternoon, we'll have an opportunity not to play that ping-pong scoring game.
Kenny Pham, the junior transfer from Alcorn State, is 1 yard deep in his end zone, getting ready to punt the ball to Malik Huggins, who only has been credited with 5 returns on the year. Let's see if he can get some good field position out of this one. It's almost blocked, but the punt is away into the wind. It's going to be caught by Huggins, fair caught in plus territory at the 47-yard line. That punt went almost nowhere.
The more I watch this kid, the more I like Malik Huggins. He's very calm back there. That was a high punt. He had like 5 guys barreling down. He just caught it and dropped it down on the field.
But as the punt was like going up and up and up, you could see the wind just kind of stop it and just push it back. Yeah. And Pham got good contact on that in a normal non-wind unassisted game. It probably goes for 50, 60 yards. It was a good punt, but the wind just said absolutely not. And the Wildcats will start in plus territory going left to right. 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So they'll run 1 play here.
And if they run it.
Let's see if we get creative. 3 receivers right, single left, 4 down linemen with 2 linebackers.
Got man
for
up
Southern.
top. Man-to-man up top.
Cam, quarterback draw up the middle to the 40, and he slides down for a first down. We'll see where they spot it. He's going to be a yard short.
That's okay.
So a 9-yard run for Cam Ransom. But yes, good on him. Good on him. He slides.
Not taking the licks.
And I'm sure with that,
listening now.
I'm sure with that elbow injury he sustained, the coaches have been like, hey,
that's the end of the first quarter.
Not do that. The Wildcats have had the majority of the possession, but it's a tie ball game. 7-7 at the end of the first quarter between the Southern Jaguars and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it's quarter number 2 here from Daytona Stadium. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Michael Turillo and Daryl Natil back here at Daytona Stadium, getting you set for a second quarter between the Southern Jaguars and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. It's 7-7, but the stats could not be any more different, Daryl. We look at this first quarter stat sheet. The Wildcats,
122 yards.
23 plays, 122 yards. Southern, 4 plays, 64 yards with a 71-yard touchdown pass being the early score of the game. So they lost 8 yards total on that second possession. They only had 2 possessions
Yeah, we
in
had
the
ball
first quarter.
12 minutes and 29 seconds.
So, I mean, the Wildcats, even in their losses this year, even in their blowout losses this year, are dominating time of possession. We had more possession against Miami. And we, obviously that game didn't go our favor. We still dominated time of possession.
And here's another thing to look at, too. We are a growing program. Right now, our offense is really where you want it to be. Like I keep saying, we just got to get that defense going. Coach is doing a great job. And guess what? All those guys are young guys.
Yeah.
The receivers, they're young guys. You're going to lose both your quarterbacks, and you're going to lose Malik Huggins. But we got some guys who can catch the football and run the football.
So here's my question for Southern, right? First quarter, Trey Holland didn't touch the ball one time. Now, they used him as a decoy on the touchdown. But once the Wildcats sussed that out, McCoy didn't have much time in the pocket because the defensive line's getting back there.
If you can keep your score ahead of their score, they're going to have to throw the football. You won't see the running game as much. We got to score here.
All right, well, the Wildcats will have 2nd down and 1. They'll flip the field. So now the Wildcats are going into the wind, going to the left.
Look like it's blowing, the wind shifted.
Going right to left across your radio dial. 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard run by Cam to end the third quarter. They're at the Southern 38. Hand the ball off. Jump cut in the middle. 1st down and more by the running back, and gets all the way down to the 29-yard line.
That's those unheralded guys you talked about, Loving and his crew down at the offensive line. They're making some holes right now with those big boys down in the trenches. Loving with Pulaski and Puckett. Those guys.
That was Rashawn Brown. I was like, who is that running the ball? It's Rashawn Brown, the freshman.
Another one of those young kids, man. He's number 30. That's his first action this year.
He's been up there on kick returns, but he's not gotten in the run game yet. So now 1st and 10 from the Southern 29. Remember, this drive started in plus territory at the 47-yard line. Cam, handoff. Brown, big hole up the middle. 20, in traffic at the 15. They're trying to rip the ball out, but Brown hangs onto it at the 11-yard line. Big first down.
Nice little trap to the left side. They got some big guys down there for Southern University. We had opportunity to seal, and he broke loose clean. That young fella's running the football.
And now they're going to bring in Scott back to run the ball here in the red zone.
You know why? Because he's a hard-nosed, hard-running guy.
Well, no, Brown's still out there. They brought back there.
But see, Amani Robinson is hurt, and then you got the other kid, number 2.
Marquis.
Marquis is a little injured, too. So we got some young freshmen, man, that's running the football.
It's Ali and Rashawn Brown. This has been Rashawn Brown's drive. High snap. Cam hands the ball to Brown. He cuts it back to the left-hand side. Gets a block at the 10. Turns it upfield. Touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown Maroon and Gold. First career touchdown for Rashawn Brown. And the Wildcats take the lead.
Shawnee Brown, man, broke that thing to the outside. Broke a tackle, went into the end zone. The catch right now up 13-7. And I like what I see.
What shocked me about that drive, Daryl, is the ease at which we ran the ball. Before that, in the first quarter, we couldn't run the ball at all. We had to rely on the passing, right? We in the first quarter, we had 9 carries, 39 yards. We just went rush, 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 and got from just inside the 50 to the end zone.
Now it's going to open up the passing game now because those linebackers are going to be biting now.
Juan Dominguez on for the extra point. Tulin the hold. He has got it. And you're right, I think the wind has shifted a little bit. It's swirling because I look at the flags on both posts are blowing they're going in opposite directions. So who knows what the wind is doing down there. 13 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. It's Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 14, Southern Jaguars 7. We'll be back after the break. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Back at Daytona Stadium, the Wildcats have taken the lead here just at the start of the second half. That touchdown drive covered 1 minute and 35 seconds, started on the 47-yard line and ended with a rushing touchdown, the first in the career of Rashawn Brown, a freshman out of Pahokee, Florida.
Down there from that muck, man, the Pahokee, Blue Devils? Yeah, them guys have some great football players down there. We used to have a few guys from Pahokee back in my day, one of them being John Osborne, Hall of Famer. But Pahokee has a great football program, and I know that there's some people listening in right now from Pahokee.
Yeah, I mean, Rashawn Brown, highly touted at 1,300 rushing yards on 139 carries and 12 touchdowns for Rashawn Brown.
He's a true freshman, man.
Yeah.
We got some kids, man, we know about. We had to look him up.
All-State first team, 4A.
Wow. That kid looked good, man.
The Wildcats have certainly not struggled to find local running back talent. I mean, last year with Dennis Palmer, who's now at Troy, as the ball falls off the tee again. That's the second time that's happened today. It is windy, windy, windy down there. The wind is swirling like mad. Don't know what direction it's going.
The flag's going this way now. It's going toward the right now.
Yeah, but the other one is going the other way. So who knows what's going on with the wind. So Juan Dominguez getting set to kick this one off. Jared Hicks is back deep to return for Southern. That's a line drive kick to the left-hand corner, and that is going to go out of bounds. The wind pushed it out of bounds for an illegal kick. And there's a wrestling match going on in the middle of the field.
As usual.
Yep. Jordan Johnson for the Wildcats was getting into it with Jaron Lewis of Southern.
Okay, we got to play good D here. We don't want them to have a good drive. We want to get them 3 and out, play behind the sticks. You know, they've had some penalties. Their timing is really off right now. Let's continue to push them.
So Southern will start at the 35 after that illegal kick. I'm not surprised we've seen a illegal kick with how the wind's blowing. And you can't try and cough and corner it with the wind going like this. You got to just play it middle and hope your defense is there.
You got to kick it like that. Like they kicked their second
short
kickoff.
And hopped it.
Short and hopped it, yeah.
Yep. So here's first down and 10 for Southern.
Have they
switched quarterbacks? No, it's still McCoy with Holly on the backfield to his right. 3 receivers left, single right, ball left hash. The Jaguars are going left to right in this second quarter. Play action, Holly. Middle dropped.
Incomplete.
Joshua Thornhill came up and made the hit on the receiver, Kobe Brown, for Southern. And now it's second down and 10 from the 35. That's another play action to Holly. They still haven't given him the ball
Maybe
yet.
they haven't watched film on us.
You look at the stat sheet, we gave up 388 yards on the ground last week. I mean, and you got one of the top running backs in the SWAC. I can't believe they haven't given him the ball yet. Second and 10 from the 35. Wildcats move to a 4-man front here. And another illegal procedure.
Yeah,
They're third of the game already for Southern. Remember, I told you pregame about the Southern penalty troubles. 6.9 penalties per game for 79.8 yards. That's 9th in the SWAC and 119th nationally.
The timing on their offense is really off. I don't know if they left the timing in Baton Rouge, but you're in the Daytona Beach area right now. You're in the jungle.
Could that potentially be a case of them rotating through 3 quarterbacks? I mean, we've seen McCoy, Strother, and Woods this season.
Right. And a lot of window dressing on it, too, all the motion.
Second down and 15, ball at the 30-yard line. Southern going left to right. Wildcats with a 4-down front. They rush only 4. McCoy going to go middle of the field. Comebacker is complete at the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for Southern at the 46-yard line. That's caught by Darren Morris, who had the touchdown earlier.
And he's limping off the field.
He is limping off the field. They're trying to go quick. He got set on the far side. Quick snap.
Nope.
And everybody stopped it. Trey Holly is mad because the referee stopped it. They snapped the ball. Because Darren Morris went down. He couldn't stay on his feet. They tried to get up and snap the ball quickly, but Morris just went down in a heap on the far sideline, and they stopped the game out of abundance of caution. Trey Holly turned and looked at the white hat and went, "What are you doing? We're running up tempo."
They called that a penalty.
So they called it illegal substitute. Well, they didn't allow the defense to change. So.
Okay.
That's the first time we've seen a really high up-tempo offense like that this season.
I've never seen that call either.
No, that's a weird one.
That's on the back judge. The back judge should have been there stopping them to snap the football, but he wasn't.
So, and I'm sure Coach Terrence Graves is not happy about that on the far sideline.
They're behind the sticks again.
It's 1st and 15. The ball is at their own 41-yard line going left to right. 2 receivers right, single left. Finally, they hand the ball off to Holly, running left. He'll fall forward for 2, maybe 3. Wildcat defense stays sound in the middle. Timothy Gully makes the tackle with Jalen Lewis also right there.
I think if they run the zone read like they're doing there, I think we're able to stop that because he's trying to cut back. But those quick hitters are what's getting us.
And it's the exterior run, not the interior run that's been giving us trouble. It's when they bounce it outside.
You got wholesale substitutions down on the front.
Yeah, they brought all 4 new blood down in there on the front line for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 13 after the 1-yard pickup.
Slot man's wide open.
Ball's at the 44-yard line of the Southern Jaguars, going left to right, just shy midfield, and a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Timeout.
So Southern took a timeout. Didn't like the formation.
The rhythm's all off of Southern. We got to jump on them while their rhythm's down.
So that's first charge timeout. We'll keep it right here so I can tell you about volleyball. Volleyball returns to Moore Gym this coming Friday as SWAC play rolls on. Catch all the action as the Wildcats host Texas Southern on October 17th. Admission is always free, but you can catch the action on youtube.com/CatEye Network, or you can listen to it at bcathletics.com/radio. Shout out to volleyball. They had a big win yesterday.
Mike, those girls are the most energetic volleyball team in the nation.
Have you seen the clips on social media, them dancing on the bench and everything?
They're doing spins on the floor. They're doing the bicycle. I mean, those kids have great energy, man.
And again, a great win last night in Baton Rouge against Southern. They're going to Alcorn on Sunday.
Beat Florida A&M for the first time in, 15 years?
Well, no, since 2018.
Well, that's 15 years to me.
It feels like it a long time.
First
time since we've moved to the SWAC since they beat Florida A&M.
Right.
And they've got the 2 best teams in the SWAC by record coming in next weekend to Daytona Beach, Prairie View, and Texas Southern. So you've got to get out to the gym
Shout out to Coach Brittany. Shout out to Coach Brittany Williams. And she's done a fantastic job. She overhauled from last year's team. She has some power girls, some big girls. A couple of them are going pro over in Europe. But she's rebuilt that squad, man. They're exciting. I sent her a clip. I sent her something on Facebook. I said, my pants were sagging when I left the volleyball match because they put belt to booty the other night.
But, I mean, if you missed the Wildcat win over Florida A&M, it was the first set was 12-1 to start the first set, and they never really looked back. Never really looked back in that match. And I mean, it's a wide open SWAC volleyball this year as we get out of the Southern called timeout. That's another reason you're going to want to listen to Hail Wildcats Radio, because we talk all about SWAC volleyball and BCU's place in it. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for Southern on their own 44-yard line going left to right after the timeout. Cameron McCoy is still in at quarterback, the junior from St. Louis, Missouri. 2 receivers right, single left, ball left hash. 1 man in motion left to right. That'll put 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Wildcats don't have a man over there.
We got it.
Now McCoy looks that way. He's going to throw middle at the jump ball. It's batted down and almost picked off. Great job. Was that Thornhill? Yeah. No, it was Sparrow who knocked that ball away.
You can always tell.
It was Thornhill.
You can always tell when the quarterback doesn't really read it because he was going that way the whole way. When he put that man in motion, he ran the slant. He had his mind made up because there was another guy clear down here.
Thornhill batted the ball down. Sparrow almost picked it off, but now it's 3rd down and 14.
Get off the field.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the right. That's the wide side of the field. 1 to the short side left in one-on-one coverage. That's Darren Morris. The snap, McCoy looking over the middle on the comebacker. That's caught, and a great tackle short of the sticks by Gabe White. They spot the ball at the Wildcat side of the field at the 47-yard line. That's still 4 yards shy of a first down, and they're going to punt the ball. Gabe White, what a tackle.
These kids are a different team at home. I said it last week. When you come in the jungle, we play a little bit different. A young ball club on the road, they have a little bit of not many distractions, but you don't have the aggression. Kids love playing here in the jungle.
But again, that's a tackle that last week we would just miss, and then he'd be free for 30 yards.
We didn't.
So Kenny Pham's going to punt for the second time today. He's not punting out of the back of his own end zone this time.
Wait, but
Now
he's doing that little rugby run first, too.
Now he'll be just shy of his own 40-yard line, kicking left to right. Huggins back there near the 10.
Watch the fake.
He gets the punt away. It's going to bounce at the 15, roll all the way into the end zone. Takes a really fortunate Bethune-Cookman bounce, because if that had settled, the Wildcats would be backed up deep. But, again, smart play by Huggins. He just let that go.
Again, we got off the field on third down. That's twice. Let's see if we can get at least 4 more of those. We'll be all right.
Well, remember in the win over Alabama A&M 2 weeks ago, Alabama A&M didn't miss a third down conversion until late in the third quarter. So the fact that we've gotten off the field now twice in a row on third down.
And we're tackling well.
And we are tackling well. That is a big, big thing. Now we got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. The Wildcats will be on offense. They'll start at the 20-yard line going right to left. In the all-maroon, maroon helmets, maroon jerseys, maroon pants, gold numbers, gold trim. Bethune on the helmets and the interlocking BC on the back of the helmet. I don't like that either. But, hey.
I got to talk to Wyatt.
3 receivers right, single left, Cam in the gun. Cam takes the snap. Empty look, throws middle, that is incomplete. He was looking for Evans on the slant. He was running lockstep with the free safety Horatio Johnson out of Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, and Washington batted that ball down. I still think that's a little bit too much of an aggressive call. I'd like to see that throw be a little bit shorter. That was a 15-yard dart in double coverage.
But you put that in the right spot, that's a great play.
But now 2nd down and 10. No yards on 1st down for the Cats. Ali Scott Jr. in at running back. Cam still with the 4 wide sets. They'll hand the ball off to Scott. He'll run right through the middle of that Southern defense and get 4 yards up to the 24-yard line. Sets up 3rd down and 6.
It's manageable 3rd down. Now you want to run your curl route, or you want to hit Huggins or Bonbon underneath with that screen.
Both teams have been going to that deep curl in the passing game, and the Wildcats and Southern have both got 1st downs off it. The Wildcats have got 4th down and 8 conversion and a 3rd and 13 conversion already in this game.
Come to blitz.
Are they offsides?
Yeah,
no
offside.
flag. Cam rolling left, throwing deep into double coverage and threw the ball out of bounds. Oh, I do now see the flag. I didn't see it initially. So it's going to be now 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 6.
Another penalty for the Jaguars. Going to back them up.
And that's really hurt Southern today.
Yeah.
And that's their 2nd offsides.
Their whole rhythm is off, man. They were open last week, so you can tell
they were off last week after getting stumped by Jackson State.
And they lost
38-13, and then Fresno before that, and then Alabama State before that. So they've had a really tough schedule, Southern. Now 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats. They're just shy of the 30-yard line. Got to get there for the 1st down. Southern stacks the box here. 8, now 9 in the box. Hand the ball off. Trying to run around the outside is Scott. He will get it and get a block at the 35. Right side out of bounds. That past the 40 and all the way to the 41-yard line. Great call to run to the outside if they were stacking the box there.
That's the first time we hit the edges with it. We have more speed than Southern. They got the size, but we got what the guy next door says, that Florida speed.
As I said, they had 8 in the box right there. Nobody covering on the outside.
Great play.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They advance the ball to their own 42-yard line going right to left. 10 minutes to go 1st half. Wildcats up 14-7 in a low-scoring contest here at Daytona Stadium. They motion Scott out of the backfield. Cam feels the pressure, throws over the middle to Bun, makes a man miss at the 50, spinning through contact, diving for the 45-yard line of Southern. 1st down, BC
Cam's
on a 15-yard carry. Cam got hit late. He is – no, that's not Cam. That is
a lineman.
Traveris Hammond.
He's up.
You said Cam was hurt, and I panicked.
Everybody got pink shoes, so I thought it was Cam.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Everybody's wearing the pink shoes and the pink gloves. And now Hammond's going to limp towards the sideline. They'll call it injury time out here. Well, he's going to have to come off the field for at least a play. They'll bring Isaiah Maumalanga in behind him.
Hammond's a 6'3", 290-pounder from Atlanta, Georgia. Missouri Valley College transfer. Cats moving.
1st down and 10 at the Southern 45. Just under 10 minutes to go in the 1st half, up 14-7. Wildcats have dominated time of possession in this 1st half. 4-man front for the Jags. They'll run the ball to Scott off the right-hand side. Has a crease up the middle of the field, and it's going to be close to a 1st down yardage. They'll give it to him. Exactly a 10-yard run to the 35.
Right now they're playing smash mouth football with Southern University. The Cats keeping that ball on the ground.
And there may not be a better smash mouth back in this conference than Ali Scott Jr.
You know where he's from, right? Ole Miss.
He is from, well,
SEC.
originally
Yeah,
Powder Springs, Georgia.
Yeah.
NAIA, then Ole Miss, now here for his graduate season. 1st and 10 from the Southern 35. 3 receivers in the pattern. Play action, throw the screen to the near side. That's the tight end, Miles Morales, pushing forward past the 30 and almost to a first down at the 25-yard line. Spot him 1 yard short at the 26. That's the first time we've seen the tight end in space on the wing like that.
Good call by Coach Pimpleton. He's keeping them off balance. He faked that ball, froze the linebackers, hit him in the flats, and he had some blockers out there. He catch that thing and put his head down. He gets 3 or 4 more yards.
When Morales has been used in the passing game this year, it's always been up the middle on slants and posts. That time they put him out wide. 2nd and 1 at the Southern 26, attacking the end zone to listeners left. Snap, handoff, Scott Big Hole, first down to the 20, pushing the pile to the 18-yard line.
Bully football. The Wildcats are bullying the Jaguars right now. Continue to pound that ball on the ground, picked up a first down at the 20-yard line.
Guess who was the furthest man downfield blocking? I talked to him pregame.
Lovin.
Christian Lovin. Your center is the furthest man downfield blocking.
They're unheralded. Our offensive line, they don't get any notice, but we notice them.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Right at the 20-yard line, they'll spot it. So into the red zone for Bethune-Cookman. 2-by-2 the receivers. Ball left hash, 7:45 and counting in the first half. Wildcats trying to extend a 14-7 lead. Snap to Cam. Play action throw near side. Incomplete, looking for Jenkins, but threw it well behind him.
Jenkins hasn't had a catch, but they're trying to get him involved into the game.
Jenkins has had it tough going this year. 16 receptions, 203 yards, 1 touchdown against South Carolina State.
But he's sure-handed. He's a big play guy.
Yeah.
Got good size up from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania.
Unfortunately, Cam just do that about 5 yards out of bounds behind him.
Yeah.
So now it's 2nd and 10 at the 20. Don't want to settle for 3 here. Want to get this one in the end zone. There's a big guy up front for Southern. That's the 375-pounder Jaden Rogers at nose tackle. Snap to Cam. He'll look to throw. Middle into traffic. It's caught at the 9-yard line. Huggins makes a move to the 10. Far sideline to the 5. Diving. Out of bounds. He's going to be out of bounds at the 2.
He's hurt, too.
And Huggins has stayed down on the far sideline. The athletic trainers are making their way over there.
He fell
hard. Let's break that one down real quick because
he fell hard.
Yeah. So Huggins did a curl route at the 10-yard line. He was in between 3 defenders, turned all the way around, past the far side numbers, making his way to the pylon. He dove for the pylon, came up a yard short, lost the football out of bounds, and he has stayed down on that far sideline.
I just hope he got the wind knocked out of him because he tried to stretch for the marker in the end zone. He landed hard on his face and his chest. Could be a shoulder injury the way he landed, too. Let's hope this guy doesn't hurt.
That's our top receiver, so hopefully Malik is okay. We're going to go to a break. Both teams retreat to the benches. We'll be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Back at Daytona Stadium, Malik Huggins thankfully walking off the field after a really scary injury after he got the ball down on a 20-yard pass play all the way down to the 1-yard line. Daryl, thankfully, he looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think he got the wind knocked out of him. He looks okay. He's going to go to the tent.
We'll see. I wouldn't expect to see him for at least the rest of this half with 7 minutes and a half left. Here we go. First and goal from the 1. Wildcats in the pistol. Hand the ball off Ali Scott. He's met at the 5 and dropped for a 4-yard loss.
Can't run it in the middle.
Kelby Givens, another tackle for loss. He leads the SWAC now at 10.5 tackles for loss for Kelby Givens.
Second and
goal from the 5.
Okay.
Now you got to get creative with it. You can't just smash mouth it.
Got to be creative.
They tried to smash mouth it, and Southern was ready for that. I thought they were going to do the old Eagles tush push there, but they didn't do it.
You know that little pitch we ran against Alabama A&M? We haven't run it since.
Here we go. Second and goal from the 5. Cam in the gun, takes the snap. Handoff Ali Scott running right into the teeth of the defense. No gain on the play. DeMyron Johnson, 6'1", 295, out of New Iberia, Louisiana, another LSU transfer. Made the stop. Now it's third and goal from the 5.
You know, last week we ran a little short out route to Malik Huggins into the end zone, but he's not in the game.
I'd like to see Cam roll the pocket. Yeah. Roll the pocket to the right and try and hit somebody coming across the backside here. The ball is on the right hash. Third down and goal from the 5. Wildcats trying to extend a 14-7 lead right before the break. Snap. Cam looks to throw. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Caught by, Shaw. Did he get it over the pylon? He did! He did! Touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown Maroon and Gold. Shaw caught that one angling toward the far side at the 1, and he stretched the ball across the pylon as he was going out of bounds. Yeah. What a play!
No, you said he dropped that ball in the end zone in the first quarter, man. He had opportunity to make up for it then. He caught it at about the 1 and stretched it over the pylon for the touchdown. Cats up now 20.
I'm seeing the.
They're gonna look at it. They're gonna review this.
Yeah, but that's and they're gonna review it. I didn't think we got a good angle the first time I saw it on the replay.
I don't know if he got in there. I don't think he did.
They didn't go quick enough.
Let's see it.
So let's see now on the replay. Did he stretch that ball out over the pylon?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he hit the pylon.
Yeah, he did.
But was he out of bounds first as he was being pushed out of bounds by Elijah West? Now we got an angle right on the goal line. Unfortunately, there's a Southern player in between us and the goal line. He definitely hit the pylon with the ball, but was he out of bounds first? That's the big question that they're going to have to answer on the replay. It might be one of those things, Daryl, where it's like not enough evidence to overturn.
Yeah, we don't have enough cameras, man. This is not the ESPN game. I don't think we have enough cameras to show
listen,
it.
we have.
But the call on the field is touchdown.
We have predicted before and been wrong on things that look more obvious than this. That's a touchdown, BCU. Touchdown confirmed on the field. Ricky Shaw, man, what an athletic play.
You know, he's a kid out of Wofford, man. He's played some great football. I like him because he wears my number.
Number 6.
but he made up for that drop in the end zone in the first quarter.
Is that number you got tattooed on your arm,
number 6? That's the number I got tattooed that I don't remember how I got it.
We got to have you on the Hail Wildcats radio podcast one time. And
I'll have you guys rolling. You know, I got stories all the time.
That's why we like having you out of baseball.
I'll be there this year.
We'll just roll with those stories. Extra point, a little bit belated for Juan Dominguez. Snap, hold, kick.
Good.
Got it. And with 6 minutes and 1 second to go in this afternoon's first half, it's Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 21, Southern Jaguars 7. Speaking of the Hail Wildcats radio, you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Well, you listen to this broadcast. So, of course you do. Don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. You can join me, along with members of our sports information staff, every week to break down everything in Bethune-Cookman Athletics. If you're on the radio, you can also listen at 1380 WELE. We run it as a pregame show before the football, so an hour before the football game. You can come in and tune into the show, or you can find it on any of your favorite podcast platforms. Football season is back at the beach, and you can catch every touchdown, tackle, and everything in between on the CatEye Radio Network. every second of the game, including pre- and post-game coverage with us here in the booth, live for free on the airwaves at 1380 WELE. Not local? No problem. Head to youtube.com/CatEye Network for Booth Cam. Shout out to those of you watching on the Booth Cam. Or if you're in your car, bcuathletics.com/radio via MixLR on your smart TV, computer, or mobile device. We're everywhere. We're in your feed.
Mike, this booth cam is something awesome, but I want to do something for the booth cam right now. This young man right here celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, 21-7. Rough start. Wildcats have rebounded. But I know the offense just scored. I want to talk about the defense.
Well,
because after a 71-yard first play, we have limited them to 98 total yards in the first half.
Well, what's going to happen here is you won't probably see the running game as much as they would like to, but they haven't really run the football.
No, they've run it.
They're going to have to pass the football.
They've run it 3 times for -6 yards.
And also the timing, their timing is off so much on the offense, even on the defense too.
6 penalties for 30 yards in the first half for Southern. There's still 6 minutes left. They can get more.
You know, we're a young football club, and you know we've played some tough games, but very rarely do you see a team fold early. We get one more score, these kids might pack it in.
The only time I've ever seen a team fold here early that wasn't a D2, Savannah State 2 years ago, for example, was Alabama A&M 2 years ago when we ran for like 400-something yards in that game. That was, man, who was the quarterback back then? That was
I can't remember that.
I can't remember. But anyway, that was
all those names we've called in the last few years.
That was Darnell Dees last year. That was all those guys last year, and we put a hurt on Alabama A&M.
Okay, now we're kicking against the wind. Look at the flags on
yeah.
this.
So the Wildcats will be kicking against the wind here, right to left. I'd like to see them try to do what Southern did last time, which is kick it short and try and tackle the up man. Because last time Dominguez tried to kick it in the corner, and it went out of bounds, and Southern started at the 35-yard line. So Dominguez is going to line this one up at the 35, kicking right to left. 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's Bethune-Cookman 21, Southern 7 here at Daytona Stadium in a rainy, windy, blustery Saturday afternoon. This time it's going to be a high, short kick into the wind. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Used to be you weren't allowed to do that. Now you can fair catch on those kickoffs.
Anywhere. No scuffles. We had a little scuffle. But
it's less to do on a fair catch. That only goes maybe about 45 yards.
Right, this is a big series right here. We want to get them 3 and out here or forcing the punt. And with 6 minutes to go in the first half, we can look for the offense to continue to move that football.
Yeah. Well, it's important to keep them off the board, right? If you take a 2-score lead at a halftime, you feel a lot better than if you go up in a halftime 1-score ahead. So let's see what the defense can pull out here against a Southern offense that has stagnated in the run game and hasn't been great in the pass game either. 1st and 10 at the 25. The handoff goes to Holly. He breaks the tackle to the 30 and gets a 12-yard first down at the 37-yard line. Well, there's Trey Holly for you. First time he's been unlocked today.
Flag on the play. Holding against Southern. And you can see the dejection from their offense right now. They're walking around like, hey.
And I watched that last play through my binoculars, and Trey Holly, he just slides off of people. He's slippery. LaRon Davis had him by the shoulder pads, and he just ran right through him. But it is going to be a holding call. That'll back Southern up 5 yards. So it'll be 4 yards where they spot the ball at the 21. So 2nd down and 14 with 5 minutes and 50 to go in this first half. They'll hand the ball off to Holly off the left-hand side. He's tripped up. Gain of 4 back to the original line of scrimmage. Give him 5, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Wildcats tackle made by Timothy Gully. Small pet peeve of mine, right, was when players like tuck their shirts all the way into the shoulder pads so I can't see their numbers. I kind of have to guess. I don't want to guess. 2nd and 9 for Southern from their own 26 going left to right. Play action, throw in the flat, pass caught. Great tackle at the 28-yard line. That was caught in the flat by Khalil Harris, and the Wildcats knocked him down. That was Antoine Watts, who is 2nd in the SWAC, Darryl, in tackles coming into the game.
Antoine Watts, a headhunter back there. You know, he's one of the greatest, one of the great players we got. That's a young kid in the secondary.
Well, he's a redshirt senior, not that young.
Well, he's still a young kid for us.
Well, everybody playing college football is a young kid, especially compared to us up here. Third down and 6. They'll spot the ball at the 29. Got to get to the 35 for a first down.
Man-to-man in the corners.
It is man-to-man on the edges. Wildcats show middle pressure. They'll bring it off the left-hand edge. McCoy, pressured, sacked, back at the 20-yard line. Timothy Gully and Lawan Lurie Jr. combine on the sack, and the Wildcats will force a Southern punt.
Are these the same kids we saw on the plane coming back from Alabama A&M with their head down, the defense?
Not right now. Not right now. They are tackling hard.
Fourth down.
And a big shout out to Naeem Lassiter, by the way, who didn't get the sack, but drew 2 defenders with his blitz off the edge.
And Ricky Ross. Malik Huggins is back deep.
Well, that's really good to see.
Yeah, he's back.
So Kenny Pham's got a punt from his own 5-yard line. Oh, he's running into the kicker. That's running into the kicker. Fair catch caught at the 47-yard line by Huggins. Pham is down. That's going to be a first down. That's not going to be running in. That's roughing. That's going to be a first down for Southern. So penalties giveth and penalties taketh away.
Let's see what they call, though. Let's see what they call it, roughing or
no,
running.
that's got to be roughing because Pham is down and he is not getting back up.
He could be faking it.
No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. We're going to call what we see here. So we will see what they call. I believe it's going to be roughing the kicker and give Southern a fresh set of downs here. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go till halftime. The Wildcats,
that's a big play.
The Wildcats thought they got the ball back after a Southern 3-and-out.
What was it? 4th and what?
It was 4th and 15.
They might even get the first down if it's roughing. You know, kickers, man.
Let's see what the call is. Oh, it's
running
in.
Running into the kicker. 4th down.
So it's only a 5-yard penalty, and it's replay 4th down from the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could be doing an acting job, making it look like it's roughing, but he's hurt, though. I take that back.
Kenny Pham is being helped off the field. Now, I don't have a second punter listed on the depth chart, so we'll see what happens.
We're classy, though, Mike. I take that back. I said he could be, the kid is actually hurt. But a lot of times kickers, they'll fall to make it look like it's roughing. But I take that back. The kid was injured.
We're classy, huh?
We're classy, man.
Are we?
We're not family.
Are we really? Hold on.
We're not.
The booth cam is falling over. I got to fix that.
Okay, maybe we'll break this kick here. They have another guy come in to kick.
I don't know who. I think it's Nathan Zimmer.
But see, with that rugby style and you're running.
Yeah, it is. It's the freshman Zimmer, the kicker, who's on the punt. Now the Wildcats will back off and be offsides. It's going to be offsides.
Are we going to give them another shot at it?
And now it's going to be 4th and 5, and maybe they might think about taking a shot at this. So 2 straight Wildcat penalties, unless they call this illegal procedure. Definitely the Wildcats jump first.
Let them kick the ball, man. We don't need to try to
And they backed off, too. Well, this has been the longest punt in the history of mankind.
They're going to still kick it. Come on.
So that'll move the ball up to the 30. So it was 4th and 15. Now it's 4th and 5 after 2 consecutive Wildcat penalties.
Let them kick it, man. Just form a ball.
The coach has got to be screaming, just don't do anything dumb here.
Toe Bridge and Coach Pat Brown.
It's the freshman Nathan Zimmer on the punt after Kenny Pham got hurt.
Don't rush.
They will rush. And everybody stays in their lane. Huggins makes the catch at the 30-yard line, turns upfield to the 40, directing blockers 45, 50. It gets a hold of the 40, to the 30 right side, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. No flags on the field. Malik Huggins, a punt return touchdown.
Ricky Rose, they call him Ricky Ross. That's Malik Huggins on the punt return.
Oh, there is a flag? Oh, no, there's a man down.
There's a flag, too.
Yeah, I see the flag now. It's very close to the Wildcat sideline. This one might be coming back.
Goodness gracious, guys.
And now there's a Southern player injured. And they're going to get Steven Sparrow for an illegal block in the back that deletes that entire thing. How many penalties have there been on the last 10 seconds of game time? Like
3.
4. 4 penalties in the last 10 seconds of game time.
That's okay. Offense could drive it. Let's drive it back and score again.
And now Southern has a man down at the near side numbers at the 20-yard line. He's got 3 athletic trainers, and Coach Graves is going to go over there and see if he's all right. So between the Huggins injury, this injury, all the penalties, it's been a really stop-start end to this first half. Well, the Wildcats have really dominated this football game, 21-7, but it almost doesn't feel like it because there's no momentum in the game.
No, but I still like to see more points put on the board.
Me too.
14 points is not enough.
So they'll put the ball at the 20-yard line. That's an 80-yard penalty for Bethune-Cookman as the Southern special teams player is going to be helped off the field. That is Tyreek Regalia.
How you do that now is you come back with a long drive. You got 3 minutes on the clock, a long drive to get it in the end zone.
And the Wildcats still have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. But that's a big blow to Malik Huggins, man. I thought he had it clean, and then that flag was so far behind the play, I didn't even see it. So the Wildcats will be at their own 20-yard line, 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go until the end of the first half, leading 21-7. Wildcats looking to put together a long drive here to put some more points on the board before the break. 3 receivers right, single left. Cam in there with Ali Scott Jr. Now Scott goes to the boundary. The throw comes back to Ricky Shaw, and he's going to get a first down near sideline, pushed out of bounds past the 30 all the way to the 34 on a curl route.
Good pitch and catch that time. That's always there because the defensive back playing so far off.
And that's the kind of play we need, right? You know you're not going to get time. Sorry, let me try again. Cam's not going to have a bunch of time to sit in the backfield with these strong defensive rushers for Southern. So let's make those quick throws to the boundary and let the receivers do the work. 1st and 10 at the 34. Cam back to pass. Or the screen to the far side. That's Chino Rodriguez running through tackles to the 40. Another first down out to the 45-yard line.
Chino Rodriguez haven't touched the ball much, but he caught that ball and turned upfield between 2 blockers, picked up the first down.
Rodriguez, the freshman out of Miami, hasn't played hasn't played since the Edward Waters game.
Yeah.
Now he's in due to the injury to Kamani Robinson, of course. Now everybody slides up the depth chart.
Yep, he's
another freshman. We have 3 freshman running backs on this team.
He's a kid out of New Orleans, great football player.
2-by-2, ball far hash. They send Chino in motion. Cam, pitch and catch near the 50-yard line. Ross came up with the catch, but only a 4-yard gain at the 49, right in front of midfield. That ball was thrown pretty far behind him. He had to come back for the football.
He made a catch like that similar last week at Alabama State. He reached back, timeout.
And the Wildcats will go to the 2-minute timeout. Wildcats 21, Jaguars 7. VCU trying to add more points on before the break. We will go to a break ourselves as it is the 2-minute warning. When we come back, it's the end of the second half here on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Stay with us. Back at Daytona Stadium, it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Bethune-Cookman as they have the ball at their own 49-yard line going right to left after the 2-minute timeout. They lead the Southern University Jaguars 21-7, looking for more before the break. 2-by-2, the receivers on the ball on the right hash. Cam, play action, throws far side. That's a first down to Ross, and he's going to slip out of bounds inside the 45 to the 44-yard line of Southern.
You know, somebody asked me, Coach Pimpleton, he calls plays depending on what the defense gives us. And I like that. We can run a short curl route for the first down.
And they've been doing it over and over and over again. It's play action, pitch to the boundary.
Back up, guys, over.
The Wildcats were way offside. The receivers were. Now they'll back up into the correct position. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Southern, attacking the end zone to listeners left. Cam, middle, complete, and a 5-yard pickup up to the 39-yard line on a comebacker to Huggins.
Keep running the same thing.
Man, it's so good to see Huggins out there after he was down on the field after that injury late in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So now at the 39-yard line, 2nd and 5.
Here comes the blitz.
Southern shows pressure. They'll bring it. Ali Scott into the pile, got nothing. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. When we run middle, it doesn't work out. We got to get to the edge. And Wildcats will call their first timeout with 1:24 to go in the first half and a 3rd down and 5 coming up for Bethune-Cookman.
They came up in blitz formation. Either you want to check to that trap.
Yeah.
Or go to the outside. You know, that pitch, I've been yelling for that pitch for the last 2 weeks. That pitch that we ran against Alabama A&M a couple of times to get a couple of touchdowns on.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest, featuring all new items. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on shop. Like this fancy polo I'm wearing on the booth cam. I got that.
I like that.
bcuathletics.com/shop. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 from the 39-yard line of Southern. Cam in the gun with Scott to his left. 3 receivers to the left, single right. Offsides free play. Cam rolls left, looks deep. He's going to take the shot down the near sideline. Into double coverage. It is incomplete. Bobbled and out of bounds.
We'll take the 5 yards.
But it'll be 3rd and 1, depending on the spot. And that was intended for Huggins. Mobley was also down there. So now going to be 3rd and 1. So we were just shy of getting first down yardage there. Kai Brown, the junior out of New Orleans, transfer from Trinity Valley Community College, triggered the offsides flag that time. And that's, I think, the 10th penalty on Southern in the first half. 3rd and 1 now. Let's see what the Wildcats do. They're in the gun with Chino Rodriguez going to fake the handoff. Cam throws near side to Mobley. He stays on his feet. He's fighting for the first down. I don't think he got there. He's actually dropped for a loss of 1. Back at the 35, and it's going to be 4th and 2.
Let's go forward. Let's go.
Yeah, they're going to bring in Ali Scott Jr., 4th and 2. 1 minute left and counting. Wildcats still have 2 timeouts left.
You got to catch that ball and turn upfield, man.
Yeah, and that's the backup tight end, Jalen Mobley. That's his first catch of the year.
He was off balance on it.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Wildcats got to get to the 38. Blitz shown. Almost an offsides again on the right-hand side of that line by Kelby Givens. 10 seconds on the play clock, 35 on the game clock. Lots of motion in the backfield. Cam with the hard count. He takes the snap, play action. Looking to throw over the middle. It is incomplete. Javon Ross had the ball in his hands, and Elijah West put his helmet in the ball and knocked it out. And Southern's going to have 24 seconds and 2 timeouts to try and do something before the end of the half. I would like to see us run the ball there. Trying to stretch it to the outside.
I would like to see us run it football there, too.
They tried the hard count multiple times trying to get him to jump off sides. Didn't work, even though Givens was close. And they're going to give the ball back. That's the 2nd turnover on downs for the Wildcats today.
They had an opportunity to put some nails in his coffin, but just keep playing football, guys.
Remember, Southern gets the ball first on the second half, so if they can do
time for 2 for 1 here, 24 seconds.
If they can do something miraculous here, 24 seconds, 2 timeouts. Got to play prevent defense here, nothing deep.
They're going to go deep.
They're at their own 34-yard line. Cameron McCoy, as he has been all day, is the quarterback. Play action McCoy. Looking deep down the sideline. That's going to be thrown 5 yards out of bounds and incomplete. Looking for Malachi Jackson.
19 seconds. to
Yeah.
go.
I mean, Jackson and Gabe White were hugging each other all the way down the sidelines.
So you can't call
I was-
anything there because
I would,
both
well,
guys hugging.
we were lucky that
No flag.
no flag was thrown because the ball was thrown so far out of bounds it was uncatchable. Second down now at the 35. 19 seconds left. They didn't call timeout. This time they'll run the ball with Holly. He's going to get 6. Past the 40 to the 42. 10 seconds left. Do they call timeout?
Nope.
Or do they just go to the half?
Going to the half. 5, 4, 3,
There's still a guy
2,
offsides for Southern.
1. That's it.
And we'll go to the half. Bethune-Cookman is maybe a few mistakes away from blowing this game open, but it's still in the balance at the half. Wildcats 21,
Hold up.
Jaguars 7. Or
Hold up.
are they going to say that Coach Terrence Graves wanted a timeout? So they took their second timeout, and they'll have one on time down, essentially with 1 second. With 2 seconds left. So essentially an untimed down here. I don't know why you do that. You're on your own 42. I don't think Cameron McCoy's got the arm to throw it all the way down the field. So now we got to sit here and stew a minute and wait for this last play of the half. The Wildcat defense is already out there and ready to go. Remember at the halftime break, if you're listening on 1380 WELE, you're going to hear an interview with Dr. Vernell Burnett, Provost and Senior Vice President of Senior Academic Affairs, and our Chief of Staff, Dr. Julius John, talking about the new initiatives and BCU Online Global. And after that, when we come back here to the stadium, you'll have the statistical rundown of the first half. You'll hear from Sabrina Petit-Home, who's been down on the sidelines, and, of course, around the SWAC. Here's the final play. McCoy going to sling it deep. He slings it. It's incomplete, overthrown at the 10-yard line. That's good arm strength to get it from his own 30 to the plus 10, and that's going to be the end of the half. He was looking for Darren Morris. That's the end of the half. So Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 21, Southern Jaguars 7. That'll do it for us here at the stadium. We'll come back to you in about 10 minutes. If you're on WELE, enjoy those interviews. If you're here, we'll be back with the statistical breakdown around the SWAC and Sabrina's sideline report after this break. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Athletics on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Back at Daytona Stadium, it is halftime here between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Southern Jaguars. The Wildcats have a 21-7 lead over Southern at the break. The marching Wildcats wrapping up their performance on the field. I'm joined in the booth by sideline reporter Sabrina Petit-Home. Sabrina, have you caught your breath back yet? Because I know the elevator's not doing well. You had to run all the way up here, up the stairs. You got here. It was like, can we have a break? I was like, yes, we have a break.
I had to come up like 5 minutes, or I was like, okay, if I can come up 5 minutes, I can catch my breath and go right back on air.
So what was the vibe down there? I mean, obviously, we're up 21-7, but it's a really stop-start kind of sloppy game on both sides. Was that reflective in the mentality of the teams?
I think both teams came out with the energy of wanting to prove themselves and wanting to win. But I think, like, over this past season that has been going on, the Wildcats have been, like, I don't want to say struggling because they're finding their way, but trying to figure out what is the best way how much energy can we have to go in it without not being focused. And it was the same with Southern as well, too. Both teams came out wanting to prove something, and they knew getting that ball from the first snap was going to be able to make that statement.
So you floated around kind of both sides, right? What was the difference? You told me Southern likes to talk a lot.
Yes, they do. They're very vocal. I was on our side of the bench, and one thing that I could hear was Southern's team on the field a lot more than BCU's team, you know, and I think that's always a great thing to see teams be vocal, because all of us can be on the same page. You know, when one person is not on the same page, it could be just one player that can not be on the same page, and everything can go different ways. But we started to see, you know, the Wildcats come around more and be a lot more vocal when the points start getting up. So I think they're trying to keep that momentum.
Yeah, one of the moments of the first half for me was Malik Huggins going down after he made that catch on the far sideline. You told me you were right over there by that. What was the vibe over on that far sideline? It was in the Southern bench as well.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty hard hit when he did come down, but I think everybody was just worried or just wanted to make sure that he was okay. Even the Southern side, the visitor side of the bench as well, they were very supportive, and, you know, everybody was clapping when he came up. But Malik's a trooper, so I know for sure that he's definitely going to get back on the name to, you know, make sure that he come out with a win.
Did you catch any huddle conversation? What were the coaches saying to the players?
The huddle conversation over at Southern, as soon as Malik came down, he wanted to snap those players back in focus. Yes, of course, they were very empathetic about what was going on, but I think at the end of the day, they were more focused on the game, on how they were able to create a stop, at least for Bethune-Cookman University, to make sure that they can catch up or at least make another touchdown to get back to where they are. I don't think they expected for this to come out as play as well, too.
Well, what about the Wildcats? What did you hear any of the coaches talking on the sideline? What were they saying?
Just very focused, to keep the energy up, you know, to not let, like, you know, one mistake dictate what is going on out there on the field with BCU Wildcats. I think the biggest thing right now is staying focused and staying on the same page, and they were reiterating that. And everybody was vocal as well, too, like I said, when the points started coming right back up, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
All right, let's go around the SWAC. There's some very interesting football games going on around the SWAC today. We start in Tallahassee. It's a MEAC SWAC game, and it's North Carolina Central all over Florida A&M, 28-0. Our colleague and NCCU grad Brian Harvey must be very happy over on the other side of the press box. Arkansas Pine Bluff is playing a gimme game against, I don't even know what that logo is. Westgate Christian. They're up 51-10 in that one. That's a gimme game. Alcorn State, looking for their first win of the year, is up 21-0 against Lincoln University of California. That game is at the half. And the only game not started yet is a 6 p.m. kick between Grambling and Texas Southern in Grambling, Louisiana. The big one, it is 10-10. Alabama State and Jackson State in a game that will probably decide the Eastern Conference right now this week. It is 10-10 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Sabrina, that's a big one.
It is. Honestly, to see just to see Alabama State come from what type of team they are to where they are now, it's a completely new team, and are definitely making their, you know, puzzle pieces work together at the same time.
So that's your Around the SWAC. Let's get you your first half statistical breakdown. Overall, Bethune-Cookman 21-7 lead over Southern. In the rushing game, 19 carries for 106 yards for Bethune-Cookman, 7 carries, 4 yards for Southern. We have negated their rushing game completely. And that we thought that was going to be the strength of their team coming in. They're rushing for over 168 yards a game, and we've just completely shut them down and forced Cameron McCoy to go to the air.
I think the Wildcats are actually taking what's literally as protecting the house.
Yeah. In the passing game, Cam Ransom is 21 of 27, no interceptions. Total offense, Cameron McCoy is 5 of 8 for 105 yards and no interceptions. Individually, I got to do penalties because penalties are big. Wildcats 4 penalties, 30 yards. Southern 8 penalties, 45 yards. Southern averages just over 9 penalties a game. They have 8 in the first half this afternoon. Time of possession, 22 minutes for the Wildcats, 7 minutes and 50 seconds for Southern. The Wildcats have dominated time of possession and are really should be ahead by more than 2 scores here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that big play over down by defense, I think it was one of the second possessions over in the second half earlier in there. Definitely gave them that confidence needed.
Let's take a look at some individual numbers. Cameron McCoy is 5 of 8 for 101 yards, 1 touchdown, the 71-yarder on the first play from scrimmage. He's taken 3 sacks. Trey Holly has gone 4 carries, 20 yards, 5 yards a carry. Cameron McCoy, 3 carries, negative 16 yards on those 3 sacks, and that's at negative 5.3 yards per carry. Receiving for Southern, Darren Morris, 2 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown, of course, 71 of those being on 1 play. Malachi Jackson, 2 catches, 10 yards. Dupree Fuller, 1 catch for 3 yards. For the Wildcats, Ali Scott Jr., 12 carries, 57 yards, 4 yards a carry. He's been the workhorse. Rashawn Brown came in for that one drive and was stellar. 3 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown with that 17-yard touchdown run. Cam Ransom has carried the ball 3 times for 22 yards and a touchdown, and Juan Rodriguez has carried the ball once for no gain. Cam Ransom is 21 of 27 passing for 165 yards and a touchdown. He's taken 1 sack. Mostly been very conservative passing the ball. A lot of underneath stuff.
Yep.
To Huggins coming on curls, Ross coming across the middle, stuff like that.
He's making his way around.
Yeah, but they haven't tried to take the top off the defense like they have the last couple of weeks. In receiving for the Wildcats, Huggins 5 catches, 60 yards. Ross 5 catches, 28 yards. Evans 3 catches, 28 yards. Shaw 3 catches, 22 yards, and a touchdown. On defense, the Wildcats are being led in tackles by Isaiah Washburn with 3 tackles, a half sack, and a half tackle for loss. Antoine Watts, Devin Gunter, and LaRon Lurie each have 2 tackles. Well, Sabrina, thank you for your time. We'll speak to you at the end of the game as we get set to start the second half here at Daytona Stadium. I want to bring Daryl Natil back in here and talk about that first half. And I mentioned, Daryl, while you were in the bathroom and I was talking to Sabrina, I think the Wildcats probably should be home and dry in this game, but Southern is still hanging around. They've got the ball first in the second half, and if they score and make it a 1-score game, it's game on, and a game the Wildcats have 22 possession minutes to 7.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very important at the outset here in the third quarter that we play great defense because they're going to come out throwing the football, and they can still run their same game plan. They're only down 2 scores, so we got to shut them down here and put some points on the board. That touchdown that was called back on the punt return really, really, really killed us because those were the nails going in the coffin.
Yeah.
And then they pulled them out.
Remember, Southern will get the ball first. We're a little bit delayed starting the second half. We had a member of the Pride Marching Band injured during their halftime performance, which caused about a 5-minute delay. So that's why we've just been talking to you with no football action for the last couple of minutes. And we are set to go now. Southern will receive the kick. Juan Dominguez is kicking off left to right, the wind at his back as we start the second half. The last time he did kick off this way, he did kick the ball out of the end zone. Dominguez, of course, the redshirt junior from West Palm Beach, Jacksonville Christian Community College transfer, and away we go. Yeah. That is going to go out the back of the end zone. And out to 25 are the Southern University Jaguars. Southern in the white helmets today, white jerseys, light blue pants with a gold stripe down the side, a gold and blue shoulder yoke and stripe on the helmets, gold numbers with a light blue trim. The Wildcats in all maroon today, maroon helmets, maroon jerseys, maroon pants, gold stripe on the pants, gold numbers, gold Wildcats above the logo, and gold logos on the BCU helmets as well, wearing the pink accessories for Breast Cancer Awareness Day here at the stadium. So from the 25-yard line, here we go. Cameron McCoy was the quarterback the entire first half. He remains so. Trey Holly, who had 20 yards on 4 carries in the first half, is to his right. He'll get the handoff up the middle, and he'll skip through past the 30 and be run down for an 8-yard gain at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to come back and run the football. That's their strength. That's their bread and butter.
And I'm surprised they didn't do it more in the first half, just 4 carries for Holly.
They can get back into the game quickly running the football.
7 carries, 4 total yards for Southern in that first half. Wildcats stack the box quick. Handoff, Holly trying to stretch it left. He's met and dropped right at the 35-yard line. They'll move the chains on a 2-yard pickup.
And they were doing hurry-up offense, too.
Yeah, they tried to do that once in the first half to catch the Wildcats off guard, but they didn't let the Cats sub, and they got a penalty for it. Naeem Lassiter made the stop, 1st and 10 from the 35 for Southern. Holly now moves to the left-hand hip of McCoy. 2 receivers to the wide side left, single right. They'll move the tight end to the left side of the line. Delayed handoff to Holly, try to pick his way through the gaps. There's not much there. Got 2, maybe 3 yards. And some pushing and shoving going on after the play, but only a 3-yard gain up to the 37-yard line. That's
how you got to play that. You got to stuff them up in the middle. You got to hit those gaps.
That was Gully and Davis, I think, combining to make the tackle there in that scrum for the Wildcats. Just a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass now.
That play action ate the Wildcats alive at times in that first half, especially on that 71-yard touchdown. They'll give the ball off to Holly, one-on-one in the hole. Great tackle by Davis.
Yeah.
Only a 4-yard pickup, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 at the 42.
Biggest play of the game right here, man. You don't want them to continue this drive. They're
and
almost at midfield.
Holly's going off the field. So the first time we'll see someone else at running back. It's not Trey Holly. 3rd down and 3. Wildcats trying to get off the field at the 42-yard line. They'll turn and look to the sideline to change the play. Can't mark who that new running back is. Looks like it might be Jason Gabriel, the redshirt freshman out of New Orleans. 2 receivers right, single left, ball middle of the field. Southern needs 3 yards to keep this drive going. McCoy backs up into the gun, takes the snap, rolls the pocket right, going to throw to that far side. It is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Kobe Brown. In coverage was Antoine Watts along with Devin Gunter, and now it's 4th and 3, and they'll punt the ball.
Good defensive play that time. He rolled to the short side of the field, and the cornerbacks, they both broke onto the ball, knocked it out of his hand.
So now Kenny Pham got hurt in the first half. We'll see who comes out to punt here. It's Pham is back. So he's back punting after he got hurt on a running into the kicker penalty late in that first half. Malik Huggins also back after an injury in that first half. He's back to receive at the Wildcat 20-yard line. Pham punts it into the wind. It's just going to bounce to the 30-yard line and roll out of bounds near the 25. Huggins didn't have a chance at that one, as that one just right into the wind and just stopped. And here comes Bethune-Cookman. So they got that stop. They negated the potential 2-for-1 opportunity there.
That's the 4th stop. Let's see if we can get 8. But you know what? That time, Pham, he punted that ball more conventional. He didn't run with it like a rugby style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could cause you to run into the kicker.
That's what did happen in that first half. Glad to see Pham is okay, though.
Yeah.
As well as Malik Huggins. 1st and 10 for the Cats. They'll start at the 25-yard line. Ball far hash going left to right. 12:26 to go 3rd quarter, up 21-7. Clap, snap to Cam. Play action, fires far side on the curl route to the 30-yard line. Huggins gets out of bounds at the 31, a 6-yard pickup. That's a simple play.
I love that play. We can continue to nickel and dime like that all the way down the field. Picked up 7 yards.
Cam's longest completion of the game is 22 yards.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and they're just taking what the defense gives them, quick plays. You're not going to have time to sit in the pocket against this tough defense for Southern, this tough front 7. 2-by-2, the receivers, ball left hash, 2nd and
blitz.
3. They show blitz. Here it is. Cam throws far side to Huggins. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Yes, he did on that far sideline. 5-yard pick, about a 1st down to the 37.
And the cornerback broke on that. Cam zipped it right past the cornerback. Yeah. He broke trying to intercept.
And that's good pocket presence from Cam, because sometimes he gets happy feet when he's facing that blitz.
But you can see the blitz coming. You want to throw to that side, the side the blitz is coming from.
1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. They're at the 37-yard line of their own, going left to right here, up 21-7, trying to control this game clock. Blitz comes again. Wildcats run straight through it with Juan Chino Rodriguez. He's going to pick up 7 straight up the middle. That's that off-tackle run again that was so successful with, with Rashawn Brown in the first half, got him that touchdown.
The offensive line is winning the war at the line of scrimmage, too.
2nd and 3 now from the 45. They'll run the ball again up the middle. It's Rashawn Brown into the game. He's going nowhere. He's going back 2 yards. So Rashawn Brown, who had such a great first half, got nothing on that one. 3rd down and 4.
You want to get a score in before the weather changes because it's getting ready to rain.
Oh, it does look like it's starting to rain here. 3rd and 4.
Curl route. Short
from the
route.
44-yard line. They'll look to the sideline to change the play. 20 seconds on the play clock.
Who can go? Up top?
Something quick to the outside is what I want to see here. 3 receivers on the right-hand side, single left and one-on-one coverage. That's Huggins. Snap to Cam. He's going to try to escape. He does escape to his left. He's going to go to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and scamper out of bounds for a first down. Houdini's in the house. How did Cam Ransom get away from that? There were about 8 guys there, and he somehow slipped away to the left-hand side.
There were 8 guys there, but they all were being blocked. Cam had a lane. Even though they were deep into the pocket, they all had defenders in their chest, so all they had to do was find a lane. He found that lane on the outside, picked up the first down.
That's only the 4th carry for Cam today. Has 22 yards now.
Good. That's good balance.
On the ground. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Here comes the rain. It is well and truly started here at Daytona Stadium. Play action. Cam against the blitz, just throws it out of bounds.
Throw it away. Give another down. That's it.
How's that Givens in the backfield? Yeah, Kelby Givens.
You didn't
try to double team him, he still bursts through.
He didn't force anything then.
No.
Just take what you give him.
2nd down and 10 now. You're going to bring Josh Evans into the game as a outlet receiver on that far sideline. The Wildcats are taking their time. They're taking the whole play clock, every play. And of course, now the clock is stopped. But if the clock is running, they're just trying to kill clock immediately.
And the weatherman was correct. Here comes the rain.
It is now raining at Daytona Stadium. 2nd down and 10 from the 49. Here comes that safety into the box for Southern. Cam throws middle. A dart complete at the 40-yard line. Running through traffic. That's Josh Evans at the 30. And he's going to be knocked down right there. A 25-yard pickup on a first down, BCU.
The slot across the middle. Picked up great yardage after he connected with the safety. Kind of pushed the safety back 5 more yards. First down for the Cats.
What a catch by Evans. He had a defender draped all over his back and still managed to make that catch.
We got to look this kid up, number 10.
Yeah, Josh Evans, the redshirt freshman from Orlando, transferred from Middle Tennessee State.
Oh, that's the kid from Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rain is coming. 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Wildcats with the ball just inside the 30-yard line of Southern, up 21-7. Snap, handoff. Cutting it back is Brown. He's got a lane, and he stumbles down at the 20-yard line. If he keeps his balance, that might be a touchdown.
Yeah, he scores. He keeps his balance. Picked up 9 yards.
Did pick up 9 yards to the 20.
Cats looking good on this drive.
I'll tell you what right now, Daryl. Another freshman running back. Where did he find all of these guys?
Well, we found one last year. He wanted
now
to go to Troy.
Now we got 3. Between Robinson, Rodriguez, and Brown. 2nd and 1. Just outside the red zone, just nose of the football, just shy of the Southern 20-yard line.
Just continue to run the football right here.
They will up the middle, but Brown is driven backwards 2 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
I think he's too small to hit up in there. I think we need to put him off tackle.
Here comes Ali Scott. I'd like to see Scott in there on that short yardage situation instead of Brown. Brown is another quick, shifty guy.
Yeah, we got to get the first down here, though. You don't want to try to kick a field goal.
3rd and 3, especially in the rain.
Yeah.
Ali Scott Jr. is on the right hip of Cam now.
Throw a little pass down here to Malik Huggins.
At the 22-yard line, got to get to the 19 for a first down. 3 receivers in a diamond formation on the right-hand side. With Evans in one-on-one coverage on the left. Snap to Cam. He'll look to throw against the blitz. Throws middle, and it is caught at the 1.
Malik Huggins.
How did Malik Huggins get that? Where did he come from? I thought that ball was just going to be thrown away, and Huggins from the backside slides in to make the catch at the 1-yard line.
Cam is playing very heady today. He's playing within himself. Maybe the injury is causing him to play within himself.
Well, I need to stop looking through the binoculars. Maybe I'll see more of the field. 1st and goal from the 1. Wildcats haven't had much success running the football inside the run. Handoff to Scott Jr.
Touchdown.
pushing the pile. Did he get over the goal line?
Touchdown.
Yes, sir. Touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown maroon and gold. It's power back Mr. Ali Scott Jr. with his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the Wildcats march the ball 70 yards and take a 27-7 lead.
In the rain at the jungle, the Cats with a 27-7 lead. They drove that ball 70 yards down the field on the ground. A couple of nice passes. Man, I think Cam has really grown up today. You know, last week we saw him injured doing some stuff, but he's grown up.
And he doesn't look it. He doesn't look at that injury to his non-throwing hand. I'm sure it's still bothering him because it's taped up, but he hasn't let it affect him today. A little bit of a high snap on the extra point.
Good.
Still good, though, from Dominguez through the rain. And it is 28-7 with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the Wildcat defense is back on the field. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Back at Daytona Stadium, the Wildcats have taken a 28-7 lead over the Southern University Jaguars. That touchdown drive covering 75 yards in 11 plays in 5 minutes and 26 seconds, ending with a 1-yard rushing touchdown, aided by a little bit of a tush-push for Ali Scott Jr., his 3rd of the season. And what you liked about that, Daryl, you told me during the break, is we ran the ball more than we had done in the first half.
Yeah, we actually had an opportunity to push those big guys around down there, and we're winning the point of attack in the trenches. They got some big 300 pounds, but our guys are lean and mean down there.
Wildcats on the game, 25 carries, 127 rushing yards. Cam is 25 of 32 for 219 yards. As Dominguez kicks this one off in the rain at Daytona Stadium, it is going to go out the back of the end zone. The wind is really blowing left to right across your radio dial now. It was kind of swirling in the first half, but Southern in this 3rd quarter is really going against the wind. And the Wildcats will come out in defense ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they got to do something right here. They got to put some points on the board to try to close this gap.
Yeah. During the timeout, we did see free safety Horatio Johnson for Southern head to the locker room, so we hope everything is all right over there. We also did see Trey Holly out at the back end of the last drive. Holly is back in, though, to start this drive at the 25-yard line. Cameron McCoy in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Single receiver left. Southern goes right to left with 7 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. The handoff to Holly running behind the fullback. He stumbles, gets crunched at the 30-yard line. Pickup of 7 yards. Falling forward to the 31. Big hit by Jalen Lewis. For the Wildcats.
One thing about the run game, you know, you're gonna get some yards, but you're also gonna eat up that clock.
It's 28-7 Wildcats, and If they're just going to run the ball, I think the Wildcats take that now.
Now they're subbing, so it's going to take a little bit more time off
Holly's
the clock.
going out. No, sorry, that's Darren Morris. Holly still on the right hip of McCoy, who's in the gun. 2 receivers, right, single left. They bring an extra tight end on the right-hand side of the left.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep to Holly. He slipped in the backfield and lost 3 yards. Well, the Wildcats got really lucky there because I love that play design. Line Holly up out wide, bring him across on the jet sweep and have him cut up field. But when he tried to cut up field, he slipped on the really slick turf down there.
3rd down right here. Big play for the Cats to get off the field.
3rd down and 6 after the 3-yard loss back at the 29-yard line for Southern. Cameron McCoy hasn't thrown the ball much today. He's 5 of 9 for 101 yards and 1 touchdown. 71 of those yards on 1 touchdown play.
Bump and run here.
10 seconds left on the play clock. 3rd and 6.
Get a good rush on him.
Wildcats show blitz with 8 men in the box. Now they back off with the snap. McCoy rolls left and throws an incomplete pass to the near sideline. Skipped it short towards Cam Jefferson, the redshirt sophomore out of Bossier City, Louisiana, and it's 4th down. The Wildcat defense. Am I too early in saying that this is the best the Wildcat defense has looked all season?
Too early. Too early.
Too early.
Let's continue to play football. Let's continue to pound the football. We're still not there yet. I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. Let's continue to learn how to play football with this young ball club.
You missed my joke to Larry earlier in the game. I'm talking to listeners. We could be up 55-7 with 5 seconds left, and I wouldn't be comfortable.
Fumble!
Oh, fumble the ball, and Pham falls on the punt. The Wildcats are going to get the ball at the 15-yard line. Well, that's the rain, Daryl. That's the rain playing a part right there because he completely muffed that snap and just had to fall on it, or else the Wildcats were going to run it in for a touchdown.
This reminds me of a song called Night and Day. That's what we're seeing this week. It's a difference between night and day that us last week and us this week.
Is that a Gladys Knight song?
Oh, it could be a couple people singing.
Okay.
Oh, no, love you night and day.
I think Gladys Knight sang that at one point. Yeah. Well, the Wildcats are a beneficiary of a botched snap, and Kenny Pham falls on the football. The Wildcats are going to get it at the Southern 15, up 28-7. This might be a dagger right here if the Wildcats can punch this in with 5:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cam Ransom, the quarterback. Ali Scott, the running back. Scott's going to take the ball. No, Cam keeps around the left-hand side looking for the edge, and he's going to get there about a 4-yard pickup as he's pushed out of bounds. I haven't even flipped my chart yet. Pushed out of bounds by Kamari Murray, the nickel corner, the sophomore out of Madison Prep High School. And you know what I like about the Wildcats when they've run the ball just on this drive and the last drive coming out in this 3rd quarter? They've ran the ball to the edges. Yeah. They haven't tried to go up the middle and meet these big 300-pounders.
Just to keep them true. We went up the middle a couple times.
Scott goes in motion. Cam, quarterback draw off the left-hand side, dancing through tacklers at the 10. Hold on to the ball. He does get a 1st down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal for the Cats.
He's landing it right back up. Let's go.
I love that play. We've run that quarterback draw for Cam a lot where they motion the running back out of the backfield, and then Cam goes up the middle into the space vacated by the linebacker that spied the running back into the flat. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. They're at the 6-yard line of Southern, attacking the end zone to listeners right, trying to improve on a 28-7 lead. Ali Scott Jr.'s to the right hip. Now Ross comes in motion. Scott takes the carry on the left-hand side. A stiff arm knocks him down for no gain, and he actually might lose a yard. He did lose a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7.
Clock running at 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cats have eaten up this quarter with the ground game.
You want to know what the total time of possession is? Wildcats, 27 minutes, 36 seconds and counting. Southern, 11 minutes, 52 seconds. 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line after the 1-yard loss. 2-by-2 the receivers. They send Scott out into the receiver pattern, throw him the screen, but there's no blocking there. He makes 1-man miss, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and maybe one more to the 5, so it's going to be 3rd and goal. That was not a well-executed play there. They set up the screen, but nobody blocked downfield.
You got to throw it down into the end zone.
They're going to bring Miles Morales, the tight end, and this is where Morales scored that 1 touchdown back at South Carolina State on a little tight end post route.
Over the middle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to going to that, especially if they bring the safety down on a blitz.
Let's see how they line it up.
3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Safeties.
Wildcats attacking the end zone to listeners right. Diamond formation with 3 receivers, to the left. Cam takes the snap, rolls that way, looking for the fade in the back corner. Now he's under pressure. He's going to throw it and out of bounds.
Take the field goal.
Take the field goal. There was nothing doing on that play. If Cam had a chance to set his feet, Huggins was free backside, but I don't think he was looking that way, and he would have had to throw it back across his body while rolling to his left. So that's a really tough play for Cam to make right there. They'll take a field goal opportunity for Juan Dominguez. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Missed a 51-yarder against the wind in the first quarter. This is a tough field goal.
Yeah.
Ball's on the right hash. 22-yard field goal in the rain and the wind. The wind is at Dominguez's back. Snap, hold, kick.
Good.
Got it. Dominguez redeems himself. 31-7. Wildcats over Southern. 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_Athletics for the latest on Wildcat football. Follow at BCU Gridiron on X and Instagram, and there you're going to want to following those socials. Shout out to our new social media director, Jade Barquette, who's doing a lot of great work with those social medias as well. You're going to want to check out some videography work by our CatEye Network students, all of that on our socials. So the Wildcats increased their lead to 31-7, and they do it with a 5-play, 16-yard drive, and ended with a 6-play, 11-yard drive. Tried to do the math in my head without actually reading what it is. 6-play, 11-yard drive, and a 22-yard field goal by Juan Dominguez to make it 31-7.
Hey, I got somebody, he just texted me saying he's going to give me a free book, so I'm going to say this. You know, October the 26th, the Sunday after homecoming, you know, Hall of Famer Larry Little was going to be at Books A Million here in Daytona Beach signing his brand new book called From the Outhouse to the Penthouse, The Life of Larry Little, former BCU football coach.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of BCU stories in that book. I'm going to have to pick me up a copy.
Bob Greasy is forwarding the book, so it's going to be a lot of great stories in that book. And he said if we announce it, he's going to buy us dinner. So, Larry, I want a steak dinner.
Yeah. All right, Southern, 1st and 10 from the 25. Empty set from McCoy. He stands in, throws deep down the field, and it is incomplete. My goodness. That was a touchdown waiting to happen, and it bounced off the fingers of the receiver at the Wildcat 40-yard line. There was nobody between Cam Jefferson and the end zone. If he hauls that in, that's 6 points.
I think Miss Mary was on the play right there.
I don't know. I think you got to blame the rain on that one.
Yeah.
Well, and we're even now. The Wildcats have dropped a surefire touchdown. Now Southern's dropped a surefire touchdown. Remember Ricky Shaw in the first half.
We can't fall asleep in the second.
No, we can't. He was wide open just on a streak go route from the slot.
Now we got to play correct.
Yeah, 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats with 6 in the box. Hand the ball off to Holly. Jump cut, hit hard, dragged back. Just about a 3-yard gain. Steven Sparrow lets him go. Sparrow was in on the tackle along with Parikh Hollinger and Jeremy Greaves.
Sparrow was an undersized linebacker, but he has that grit to go with it, though.
I was talking to a couple scouts that are here pregame, and he was talking about the whole defense for the Wildcats is kind of undersized, but they play bigger than they are. Especially guys like Sparrow and Stinnett who love to fly to the football.
Big play here, third down.
Third down and 4 after the 4-yard pickup from the 29-yard line. Southern going right to left. 2:16 to go third quarter. Low snap. McCoy corrals it, throws it. Almost intercepted. He overthrew Darren Morris, and it hit Johnny Harris in the chest, and he wasn't ready for it.
The 6th stop by the defense this afternoon. You know, in my pregame, I said we do 5. We'll be in this game, so we can continue to play defense.
Johnny Harris comes off the field shaking his head, but that ball hit him in the chest, and he wasn't ready for it.
He saw green turf in front of him.
I think that was a miscommunication between Morris and McCoy, because he threw that like Morris was going to cut inside, and he cut outside, and then
just stay off the kicker right here.
Yep. Pham is going to punt this one away from his own 15. Oh, and they almost ran into the kicker again, and flags fly in. 5 maroon jerseys back there. You're up.
Come on, man.
Why? You're up 31-7. There is no reason to send 8 guys. There is no reason to send 8 guys. It wasn't a great kick by Pham.
They're trying to say the ball was tipped. They're trying to say it was tipped, but I don't think it was tipped. Why would you send a rush when you're up winning like that?
You're 31-7. The wind is in the face of Pham. You're going to get the ball in good field position anyway. They're showing the replay right now. And the Wildcats have already survived on one of these because it was running into the kicker, not roughing the kicker.
It don't even look like they hit him. It don't even look like they touched him.
And Pham is limping off the field again, just like what happened the last time that they ran into him. I thought it was going to be roughing last time. It was running in.
Will it be running again?
I don't know. It looks like a similar play. But now it'll be 4th and 1 and down 31-7. They may roll the dice.
That's roughing. Come on, man. Why would you do that? Come on.
Oh, no, it was running into just a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. They can go for the first down.
Yeah, it's now 4th and 1. And if you're Southern, why not throw one more toss of the dice here, down 31-7, and try and get some momentum? Here comes the offense. I mean, you got Trey Holly averaging 6.7 yards per carry on 4th and 1. Why not go for it?
Oh, boy.
Another penalty really hurts the Wildcats. McCoy. Handoff, Holly.
No.
Got him
No.
in the backfield.
No, baby.
The Wildcats crunched him in the backfield. Steven Sparrow, the first man through, and the Wildcats turn him over on downs.
All week long, all I heard was, we got to find some defense. Well, I think Miss Mary had something to do with it.
Whoa. So Steven Sparrow made that tackle, but the MVP of that play was Adrian Hall, who just bullied Chris Garcia off the line of scrimmage about 2 yards deep that allowed Sparrow to shoot the gap and make the tackle.
Adrian Hall, the big guy at the Rock Ledge, transferred from Middle Tennessee. Great play that time by the big fella.
4th down stop for the Cats. Wildcats will get the ball back in plus territory when we come back to Daytona Stadium. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. Back at Daytona Stadium, the Wildcats get a 4th down and 1 stop against Trey Holly, and they'll get the ball back with 2 minutes to go in the third in Southern territory for the second time in this quarter, up 31-7. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, ball middle of the field. Cameron Ransom takes the snap off play action, looks to throw far side underneath, and the ball is incomplete off the fingertips of Malik Huggins. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him on that underneath curl.
Might be a little difficult now throwing the football with this wet weather.
Yeah.
But that play had been successful all afternoon.
Yeah, well, it looks like the ball slipped out of Cam's hands a little bit.
He's going to have to curl up. He's going to have to curl up instead of running that out route.
Because he was trying to go dropping the bucket over the shoulder and allow Huggins to get a good lane to turn up field. But with all the rain coming down, it's going to be really hard to do that. 2nd down and 10 from just inside the 35.
Trap play right here.
Play action again. Cam going deep. One-on-one coverage near sideline.
Oh, my goodness!
Makes
My
a jumping
goodness!
catch at the 5, and he rumbles in. Touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown maroon and gold. What do they call him? Can't guard Zoe.
The little kid out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, transferred from Pitt, went upstairs and got that thing.
And the Wildcats are going to get a celebration penalty.
I'll take it.
That's the second touchdown of the year for Lorenzo Jenkins after he got one against South Carolina State.
I told you, Jink will go up there and get it. Boy, he's a basketball player.
He just out-jumped that corner, and the safety didn't provide any help. Ty Lee was the safety on that play. He was way late to the party. So touchdown. So we're going to get on sportsmanlike conduct for excessive celebration for the Wildcats.
Man, where we've been playing the last 3 years, I'll take that. Give the kids an opportunity to celebrate.
These kids,
let them celebrate.
Well, I mean, they haven't had much to celebrate, right? The penalty is going to go against Noah Devine, offensive lineman. But, man, what a ball from Cam, by the way. Hit Zoe, back shoulder, in stride, outside the near side numbers at the 5-yard line, and he just walked in after he beat the corner, jumped for the ball. Extra point, got it by Dominguez. 37-7 Wildcats. Now 38-7 after the extra point with 1:50 to go, and this is turning into blowout territory.
No, we need a couple of more. We
All
need
right.
a couple of more.
Let's go around the SWAC. Haven't done that since halftime. North Carolina Central 35, Florida A&M 7.
Oh, my goodness.
George Bright, our Associate Athletic Director, just punched the air behind me. FAMU getting dominated in its home stadium. I have to remember what this team is called. Westgate Christian is getting destroyed by Arkansas Pine Bluff 38-10. That's in another gimme game. Alcorn State's up 35-0 over Lincoln University of California. And now the games that are interesting. Well, it's less interesting. It was tied at halftime, but now it's 24-19. Alabama A&M up over Mississippi Valley State. Alabama A&M driving to make it more in Huntsville. And the big one, Jackson State 17, Alabama State 13.
And beginning of the third.
The beginning of the third quarter.
That's going to be a dog.
That's the East Championship right there. And of course, one game hasn't started yet. We still got to wait another hour for the start of Texas Southern at Grambling State in the one-night game in the SWAC this evening. That's your Around the SWAC here as we wrap up this third quarter. 38-7 Wildcats over Southern. The ball goes over the head of the returner at the 10-yard line. It's a basket catch. They're going to reverse the handoff, and the Wildcats are ready for it. And a big hit at the 22.
When it rains, it pours. Special teams. They're getting that ball not even at the 20-yard line.
The Wildcats stayed home on the reverse return. Willie Anderson, my goodness, what a hit.
These kids growing up, man, I love to see these kids fly around.
He had
they're hitting this afternoon.
He had a big hit like that on special teams during the Alabama A&M game too, remember?
I remember. Special teams are a big difference this year with Coach Trowbridge and Pat Brown. You're seeing a whole different concept than we've seen the last few years.
Southern back on offense. They're at their own 22-yard line after the big hit on special teams. New quarterback in the game. This is Ashton Strother, the junior out of Memphis, Tennessee, transferred from Coahoma Community College. And Southern was all kinds.
They came out late, too.
Southern was all kinds of screwed up on that one. They were never set, and Coach Terrence Graves calls a timeout. Now, we're not going to get too far into this on this show. But Terrence Graves has got to be feeling the heat a little bit. Now starting 1-5, coming off of a division championship last year.
You know, there was already some rumbling with him, but from the first game when they played on Norfolk State in the SWAC MEAC challenge, and they showed the great running.
They played North Carolina Central.
Yeah. And they showcased the great running back. Holly had a long run in the first quarter. Then they just shut it down after that. They haven't done anything, and they come in 1-4, and it's going to be some rumblings in the big boot.
So Southern has a 2-game homestand after this. Next 2 weeks, they get Prairie View and Florida A&M.
Tough. That's tough.
Prairie View is my pick to win the West right now. 5 wide with Ashton Strother in after the here comes the blitz, and it's over the middle. A diving catch at the 35, and that's complete at the 36-yard line.
Well covered, too.
That's a great catch by, I don't even have him on my chart. Who
Nick
is that?
Rawls was right there.
Dupree Fuller, the tight end, the graduate student out of Rosetta, California. First down for Southern. They got to go. Jump ball near side. It is a one-handed catch attempt that is incomplete. Johnny Harris jumped with Darren Morris all the way along the near sideline. So they're bringing Strother in. They're bringing the tempo up, and they are just chucking the ball down the field.
They don't have a choice, man. They're down 31 points with a minute and 21 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They need points quickly.
Strother played the majority of the game against Fresno State, looked pretty good. On the season coming in, he's 19 of 34, 55% completion for 247 yards, no touchdowns, an interception, 23 yards on the ground with his legs.
Watch the run here.
2nd and 10, they bring a running back into his right. They will run it, trying to bounce it outside, and he does to the far boundary and all the way for 5, past the 40 to the 42-yard line. That's, I believe, Jason Gabriel on the carry. And the Wildcats have made a bunch of changes in the secondary. That tackle was Jordan Johnson, the safety. Now third down and 4 after the 6-yard run at the 42. Delayed handoff right-hand side. Wildcats look to have him bottled up, but it squirts through, does Gabriel. And he got the first down at the 46-yard line.
42 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yep. They'll keep the offense moving, bring Holly back in to the right hip of Strother. Ball on the right hash, 1st and 10, just shy of the 50-yard line at the 46. Strother, backside pressure, going to throw way out of bounds and incomplete. Big hit on that play. They were trying to throw it in the flat to Holly out of the backfield, and the Wildcats defender was right there. That was Donnell McCray Jr. The Wildcats really emptying the bench right now.
Oh, my God. I don't even remember who that kid is there. McCray.
No, check that. Gabriel Cash. Still somebody I don't have on my 2 deep. 2nd and 10 now at the 46-yard line. Again, Strother's coming in and trying to gunsling. But again, it's raining pretty hard down there. The ball is slick. The field is slick. Strother rolling left on play action, throws middle. That's a big completion to the 35-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. That's their second best play of the game. So then after the 71-yard touchdown, a pitch and catch to the tight end, Jermaine Minor Jr., redshirt junior out of Alexandria, Arkansas Tech transfer.
He's brought some energy in.
At the 34-yard line, they'll go quick. Screen, near side, has a lane. 20, 15, cutting it back inside to the 10. And Kobe Brown is down to the 10-yard line, tripped up a touchdown-saving tackle on the back end for the Wildcats, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So Strother has come in and given the Wildcats a different look defensively, and they haven't adjusted very well to the kind of air raid style quick pass offense.
But you're also playing your second-team guys, too.
Well, they have the quarter break to try and figure it out. 4 is up. It's time for the final frame when we come back. It's Wildcats 38, Jaguars 7. You're listening to the flagship station for Bethune-Cookman University Athletics, 1380 WELE and the CatEye Radio Network. It's time for the fourth quarter at a rainy and windy Daytona Stadium, but the few fans that have stayed to watch this game are delighting at the Wildcat performance so far. It is 38-7 as we start the fourth quarter. Michael Turillo and Daryl Natil here on the CatEye Radio Network. Southern is driving, though. Change at quarterback to Ashton Struther. They've moved the ball to the Wildcat 21-yard line. Now attacking the end zone to listeners right. Hand the ball off on a stretch to right side to Holly. He's trying to cut back against the grain. He'll dive forward for 5 yards up to the 15-yard line.
Third down. 3rd and 5.
It is third down.
LaRon Davis, man, he's been all over the place this afternoon on that tackle.
Yep.
Watch them going to the backside this time. They went to the right on a sweep. They're bringing in some receivers now, though.
Lawan Lurie Jr., 1.5 sacks to lead everybody. Steven Sparrow leads the Wildcats with 6 tackles on the game. 3rd and 5, that puts Struther back in the gun. Motion a man across the left-hand side. Struther rolls that way, throws it flat wide open, but it's dropped.
Incomplete.
Struther kind of threw it behind the receiver at the 10-yard line. That was Khalil Harris.
Yeah, somebody blew a coverage that time.
And, well, if Harris makes that catch, that's a touchdown because there's nobody over there. But, again, the rain, slippery. It was a little bit underthrown. Harris tried to twist his body, come back for the ball, but couldn't do it. Now 4th down. Are they going to try and kick, or are they kind of going to go for it?
They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it here. 4th and 5 from the 15. $13:39 to go in the game. Southern trying for any signs of life here. 4th and 5. Got to get to the 10 for a first down. Struther throws the jump ball back left corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Over the shoulder catch from Malachi Jackson. And for the first time since the first play from scrimmage, the Southern Jaguars are on the board. It's 38-13 pending the extra point. So he caught Watts cheating in, expecting run, and threw it over the top of him. And Jackson on a really great fade route to the far side corner of the end zone.
Good throw and good catch. He came in and ignited the offense. So.
Yeah, and you got to kind of think like, man, where was this the whole time if you're Southern, right? Why wasn't he starting? On for the extra point is Nathan Zimmer. High snap. Holder does really well to corral it. The kick is good. 13 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the contest. It's Wildcats 38, Jaguars 14. What's important for the Wildcats coming up now is to hold possession. You really got to hold possession.
We got to kill some of this clock, and we got to drive the football, move those chains. You don't want to get 3 and out with the momentum that they have right now. Yeah, they get another touchdown. It's 21-38.
Yeah,
they're back in it.
At the end of the third quarter, the Wildcats had 25 first downs to Southern's 7, and 2 of those 7 came on this past drive late in the third quarter. Cam Ransom is 27 of 36 for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. Cameron McCoy was 5 of 12 for 101 yards and a touchdown, a 71-yarder. He took 3 sacks. Ashton Struthers come in 3 of 5, 48 yards before the turn of the quarter break. Malik Huggins, 8 catches on 11 targets, 92 yards. Javon Ross, 5 catches, 28 yards. Josh Evans, 4 catches, 50 yards. Ricky Shaw, 3 carries, 22 yards. Of course, this is all before the end of the quarter.
390 yards total offense.
Total offense. Well, remember, we had 569 yards of total offense last week and lost by 3 scores.
Well, football is a funny game.
Football is a funny game. Sports in general is a funny game, but football is a funny. When we sit here with the Wildcats up 38-14 with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the ball game, and we think back to remember how we felt leaving Alabama State last week about like what is going to happen with this defense. And yes, we know the offense can score, but we're going to have to win shootouts every time. And yes, Southern changed it up on us, drove down the field. That was a good drive. We've also put some of the backups in at 38. It was 38-7, now 38-14. But the defense showed up to play today, especially against Trey Holly, right? Holly was this big, vaunted guy to LSU. I was even off the record saying before this game he might run for 400 yards against us today. That was not to be.
No.
Holly, 13 carries, 53 yards, 3.8 yards a carry. We have cut his yards per carry in half average for the season.
You want to watch their onside kick here too, and you want to continue to drive the football.
Yeah, with it being so wet, yeah, you got to watch the onside kick. They may want some chaos on the front line there. Now the Wildcats are bringing up more guys to the front line.
All backs too.
Yeah, I see a bunch of DBs down there. Hands teams out there. They're not showing like they're going to go onside kick. They might try and pooch it though. Zimmer is going to drop back to try and kick it. No, correction, Kenny Pham is kicking off here. Pham, he's going to boot it deep. It's going to be returnable from the 6-yard line. Bun far hash. Tries to juke to the right to the 20, gets tackled from behind at the 23. Not a lot there for Javon Ross.
As long as there wasn't any flags, we all right.
No flags, no turnovers. Play clean football for the next 13 minutes and a half.
And looks like we're going to see Timmy.
Is that Timmy coming out?
That's Timmy coming in.
So Cam Ransom's day is done. 2 touchdowns on the day for Cam. 254 yards. Oh, and it's going to be a holding on Bethune-Cookman that's going to back us up. Going to back us up half the distance to the goal here.
We didn't want to see a flag, and we saw it.
It's been a relatively clean second half compared to how the first half was. Penalties, Wildcats 6 for 50. Southern doesn't have a penalty in the second half, still 8 for 45.
I think it's smart to get Cam out of the game. He's been nicked up a little bit. You got a quarter to kill here.
Yeah. That last Southern touchdown drive, by the way, was 11 plays, 78 yards in 3 minutes and 10 seconds for a touchdown. The Wildcats lead 38-14. Timmy McClain is in the game. They're going to hand the ball off. Inside trap, Rashawn Brown to the right-hand side. Gets to the far sideline. 8 yards on first down for Rashawn Brown.
Good-looking run right that time.
That is his game, though. Rashawn Brown, we need to get him stretched. If he goes up the middle, he's going to be eaten alive. But if we get him to the outside where his wheels can go, officially 8 yards on that run for the freshman out of Pahokee, Rashawn Brown.
And the clock's running.
Yeah, and the clock is running. Crucially, the clock is running. I mean, after this play, I'm going to get you the time of possession stats because they are ridiculous.
Bleed the play clock. That's what we're doing.
Actually, we are bleeding the play clock, so I'll get it to you right now. Wildcats, 30 minutes, 31 seconds and counting of possession. Southern, 16 minutes. We are doubling their time of possession in the game. 2nd and 2. Timmy throws to Morales, the tight end, on a backside screen and gets the first down to the 21-yard line.
Last week I talked about the packages that they have for Timmy McClain. He throws the short routes. He reads it really quick, and he can also run the football. So let's keep this drive going.
McClain, the redshirt senior out of nearby Sanford, but he's had a long journey to get here. USF, UCF, Arkansas State, now Bethune-Cookman over a 5-year career. First down and 10, Bethune-Cookman at their own 21 going right to left, just trying to bleed the last 12 minutes off of a really dominant game. Handoff, cutting it back, Brown. Oh, he put his shoulder on the chest of a defender, and he got 4 yards to the 26. For a second, I thought he lost the ball because I thought I saw the defenders trying to scoop it up.
The little fella.
I mean,
he's injured too. He's kind of hurt coming out.
He don't need to be doing that because Rashawn Brown.
He laid a lick on a linebacker.
5'10", 185. He don't need to be doing that. Just try, and we're going to see Chino come into the game. Chino Rodriguez, the freshman from Miami out of New Orleans.
Another freshman running back.
Again, we got 3 freshman running backs in the rotation out of the 5-back stable we got. And Kamani Robinson, who's our top rusher on the season, didn't play today because he's hurt. 2nd and 6. McClain back to pass, pumps, and he stays on his feet, throws the ball near side. Rodriguez makes the catch at the 30-yard line and out of bounds at the 31. Whoa.
Got the first down.
Got the first down, too. Timmy McClain, I thought was dead
Me too,
to rights in the backfield.
I didn't see the back down in the flats. I didn't see him.
He had
I thought he
Darren
was
Scott.
away.
He had Darren Scott leaning on him. He backed up 3 steps, threw it to the near side across his body.
And the clock is running.
And he found Ron Rodriguez out of the backfield for 7 yards and a first down. That was crazy play.
Just hand it off right now. Just hand the ball off.
Under 10:40 to go and counting in the ball game. Wildcats with a fresh set of downs to the 31. Here comes the blitz. They'll hand the ball off.
No, McClain got it.
McClain keeps it, runs to the near side, gets 7. and out of bounds, claps his hand on the football. I got to be better about being a little bit more patient
Why
about.
not slide in bounds with that?
Well, because the clock keeps running outside of 2 minutes. That's the new rule this year.
Okay, the clock's still running. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Outside of 2 minutes, if you run the ball, even if you get out of bounds,
Okay. That's
your
okay.
clock still runs. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm thinking about
I
NFL.
I think they wanted to eliminate some of the sliding near the boundary. So if you can just get out of bounds, then you're less likely to take a big hit at the end of the play. Under 10 minutes, no. 7-yard run by number 7 on that one. McLean had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, both from inside the 5. Handoff Rodriguez on an inside trap, trying to bully his way forward. Got
Flag.
2 of the 3 yards necessary. A flag does come in.
Like a defensive call.
That's in the vicinity of holding, but we'll see what it is.
Well, the guy from Southern said, me? Could be hands to the face. No, it's against us.
Yeah, it's holding.
That stops the clock with 9:33 to go.
We'll see what the official says here. Chop block is the call. So Christian Loving is gonna be called for the chop block, and back that one way up. So it was gonna be 2nd and 3. Now it's gonna be 2nd and a million miles. Like all the way back to the 22-yard line.
Like 2nd and 20.
2nd down and a long way. They got to get to the 41. They're on the 22, so 19. 2nd down and 19.
Run it.
They will keep it. McLean
Tim,
off the left-hand side, cuts upfield at the 30, slides down at the 35. They'll start the ball at the 34, so that'll be 3rd down and 8.
That's a great-looking play.
McLean is really good at selling that fake. He's selling me on it every time.
Well, we saw the great faker last week with Andrew Body, man.
McLean, that's how he scored his 2 touchdowns last week, both on play-action keeps around the left-hand side like he did right there.
But don't push my tush.
Yeah. Well, 3rd down and you copyrighted that, the don't push my tush play. Now it's 3rd down and 7. That's a lot better than 2nd down and 20.
Just don't throw the ball away here. Keep
3
it.
receivers right, single left. 8:33 to go. McLean fakes the handoff, steps up in the pocket, throws underneath to Rodriguez. He cuts up field and is wrestled out of bounds past the 40 at the 42-yard line. That's a 1st down for Bethune-Cookman. There have been a couple of miraculous recoveries on seemingly dead drives today. Do you remember back in the 1st quarter we had 4th and 13 and picked it up?
Yes, I do.
That almost looked like a little bit of a horse collar tackle on Rodriguez going out of bounds.
You could have went there on the horse collar.
But no call. It's still a Wildcat 1st down. Spot the ball at the 43. 2 receivers right, single left. The Wildcats just bleeding away this clock, up 38-14 in the 4th quarter. Another delayed handoff. Moving his feet through the pile is Rodriguez. He stopped up for a gain of just 1. Good to let the freshman Chino Rodriguez get some reps here, though.
Absolutely, getting some young kids in.
And this is only his 3rd game on the season, so if they want to redshirt him, they still can after this game. And a flag. I didn't even see the flag.
Got to be a dead ball flag.
But in the area of an offensive foul in the backfield, just like the last one was. Clock stops, 7:34. So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct against Southern's number 24, Michael Williams, the corner.
Okay, Mike, I want to show you something.
Yeah.
We talked about night and day with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote this 8 o'clock this morning. Read that right there.
Yep. And she did.
Yes, sir.
And the team did as well. Big 1st down. The clock keeps running on a defensive penalty under 7.5 to go. They'll move the ball 15 yards past the end of the run to the Southern 40-yard line across midfield. Wildcats looking pretty good to continue this drive. 1st and 10. 6-man rush. Rodriguez in the backfield gets back to the line of scrimmage and not anything more than that.
Continue to just let that clock bleed and bleed. You know, last week we left scratching our heads saying, what going on with the defense? This week, Night and day, baby. They showed up 6 consecutive drives we turned into punts. This afternoon, Miss Mary played a little defense. I know she did.
And something I didn't talk about all day, right? But I've been harping on more and more as the season has gone on, is third down efficiency. Coming into the game, the Wildcats, terrible. 40% on third down. We are 8 of 12 on third down today. Second and 10. McLean cleaps around the left-hand side, gets a block, gets to the near side numbers of the 30 and out of bounds near the 25-yard line. That's a scamper of 12 yards and a first down for BCU.
I like it. I like it.
Timmy McLean on that read option keep on the left-hand side is burning this Southern defense. Is it because they're sending that near side linebacker?
Absolutely. See, last week we saw them go to a 3-front defense. They're staying in a 4. And he's getting an opportunity to read that in, and he's coming around. 5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, no, just under 6, 5:55 and counting. First and 10 for the Cats at the 26-yard line of Southern, attacking the end zone to listeners left. Wildcats well ahead in this one, 38-14. Delayed handoff. Rodriguez following his blockers to the 20. Stood up and dropped at the 19-yard line, but still 7 yards on first down for the young fella.
Smash mouth football. Bethune-Cookman has redeveloped a smash mouth.
And for the second time today, Christian Loving, the center, is the furthest man downfield blocking.
Wow. We're seeing these kids grow up again.
In the wind and the rain at Daytona Stadium, the offensive line is dancing in between plays. This is the happiest I've seen a BCU football team in the middle of a game in 5 years. And after the 7-yard carry, it's 2nd and 3 just inside the 20. Handoff. Rodriguez again, big hole. There he goes. 15-10-5. First career touchdown, Juan Rodriguez.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, BCU Wildcats, we back.
So today we've had a first career rushing touchdown for Rashawn Brown, and now a first career rushing touchdown for Juan Rodriguez.
44-14.
And we've scored 40-plus points in now 4 of the last 5 games.
Unbelievable. Got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Oh, that was a big hole. He was not touched.
I could have ran through that hole.
Juan Dominguez.
Them body blows, baby. Body blows and make you fall.
On for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. Good. And with 4 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the ball game, it's
stuff too. I'm going to play some games with them. I'm going to talk about celebrations. When was touchdown celebrations first started? I got some videotape of Elmo Wright. Elmo Wright, the first person to dance in the end zone. I got a lot of great things I'm going to do with these kids, and they're going to get NIL deals out of it. They're going to get paid.
Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcats Athletic Communications Department at BCU.info. And during this timeout, there is a standing ovation in the press box for one Brian Harvey, our assistant SID here at Bethune-Cookman. He is leaving after today to go and take an associate AG job at Alcorn State. If you listen to the podcast before the show, you'll know that it was his last podcast that we recorded earlier this week, and we are going to miss Brian here at Bethune-Cookman. He's a big part of everything we do here at the Wildcat Communications Department. You just went over there and gave a big hug to go Brian Harvey.
I told him to leave me all this BCU gear, and maybe I'll fill in for him on the Hill Wildcat Show.
There is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at bcuathletics.com/champions club today. That's bcuathletics.com/champions club. Well, it's 45-14 here with 4 minutes and 59 seconds to go. It is 45-7 North Carolina Central over Florida A&M with 10 minutes to go in that game. Arkansas Pine Bluff 72, Westgate Christian 10. That's the end of that game in Arkansas, but that's throw that game out.
A high school team.
Yeah. Alabama A&M is pulled away from Mississippi Valley 45-19 with 10 minutes to go in that one. Alcorn State 42, Lincoln University of California 0, and Jackson State 24, Alabama State 20 with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That's going to be a bomb burner at the end.
Kickoff goes short to the 20-yard line, scaping around the left-hand side of the 30. The returner pushed out of bounds near the 35. Jared Hicks on the return for Southern, and a bit of a scrum as the Wildcats pushed him into his own bench, and now the maroon jerseys fly back to their own sideline.
And that was number 31, the kid out of Mainland High School.
Oh, Myron Schaefer?
Myron Schaefer.
He made the depth chart for the first time this week. I haven't seen him out there. Maybe we'll see him on this drive.
There's another kid from Mainland that we haven't talked about that transferred from Charleston Southern, and that's number 90, LaRon Davis.
Oh, yeah, LaRon Davis has been
from
great.
Mainland High School also.
He's been great all day, but I'm talking about Myron Schaefer, the freshman out of Mainland, two-time team captain, 317 career tackles.
A lot of good young talent in Daytona Beach that Woody is corralling.
Doesn't look like Schaefer's out there, but he made the depth chart for the first time this week. So,
let's see exactly who that is. Let me see who that was.
Southern just took a timeout. They'll start at the 32-yard line of their own after this timeout.
Excuse me, that was Juan Dominguez.
Juan Dominguez?
I'm sorry, I thought it was Schaefer, man. I know he's been doing well in practice. I know, and he made the road trip last week because a lot of people are looking for him to play.
Timeout of the field, we'll take it with him. 45-14, Wildcats on top, cruising to a win here at Daytona Stadium. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Athletics on the CatEye Radio Network and 1380 WELE. $45-14, Wildcats over Jaguars with just under 5 minutes to go here at a rainy and windy Daytona Stadium. But the fans who have stayed wearing maroon and gold won't mind that weather one bit. They've watched their team dominate Southern today. Southern back on the ball. Ashton Struther, who's come in and looked pretty good, is back at quarterback. He drops back to pass. He'll step up, throw to the far sideline. That's caught at the 40 and getting out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a first down for Southern. That's Malachi Jackson.
Mike, last week we saw the Wildcats score on the first play of the game.
Yep.
Come back and give up big points. Today, Southern scored on the first play. Come back, give up big points.
So maybe you don't want to. So maybe you don't want to score on the first
night
play
and
of the
day,
game.
man. Night and day.
Screen far side at the 45, spinning through contact. Steven Sparrow drives Morris out of bounds. It'll be second down and 8 after a 2-yard screen. Steven Sparrow has played like a dog today. He has played so well.
Has played much bigger than what he is, man. He's a great kid, man. Been here 3-4 years. He was a real Wildcat.
Sparrow, that's his 7th tackle of the game to lead all Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Jalen Lewis has 4. Second down and 8. Struther back to pass. He's going to scramble to his left. He gets laid out. That's going to be a flag.
That's targeting, man. They didn't throw a flag?
Well, they didn't throw a flag. The coaching staff on the Southern sideline is going crazy. Struther leaked out to the left-hand side of the pocket. There was a massive hit laid right as he across the line of scrimmage by Ryan Bell, the defensive tackle for
Rung
the
his
Wildcats.
bell, too, man. He rung his bell.
And no, I thought for sure that would be a targeting flag.
These guys are 10 off hitting now, man.
Now 3rd down and 7. Strother looking, throwing, middle in the middle of the field. Oh,
there's a Sparrow.
Sparrow almost
His
intercepted.
eye is on the Sparrow today.
But he did get that past defense as he knocked that one away from Jackson, who was streaking down the middle of the field.
4th down.
And now 4th down and 7. They'll keep the offense on the field with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the ball game.
Guess what? We're going to be in 2nd place in the SWAC today after the Alabama A&M and Jackson State game. After Alabama State and Jackson State, we're going to be 2-1.
We're going to be, well, no, if Jackson State wins, we'll be 3rd.
Okay, you're right.
Low snap, Strother corrals it, throws screen
No!
far side. What a great hit.
My goodness.
Right at midfield to deny a 1st down on 4th and 7. Matthew McKenzie, take a bow. What a shot.
My first question in the post game is going to be, what did you feed the defense this week? Because these guys came out like headhunters.
Strother threw the screen pass backside, and Matthew McKenzie was right there. That's a picture-perfect tackle, too. Drove his shoulder through the opponent's shoulder and just dragged him down.
Riley Scott said it. They love playing in the jungle, man. You know, this used to be our practice field. Now we have a practice field on campus. So anytime you come here now, it's game time.
Wildcats will take over at their own 47-yard line with 3 minutes to go. Timmy McLean in at quarterback. Hand the ball off. It was a bad snap, and as a consequence of that, not a terrific run, just 1 yard. The handoff was late as McLean had to pick that ball off the ground. Who is in at running back for the Wildcats? 49?
46?
No, 49. Xavier Cox listed as a corner.
Is he a freshman?
I don't have that on my sheet, but he is in at running back right now, as the Wildcats have now gone through 6 running backs in the game. 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. McLean keeps around the left-hand side again. He's going to slide down close to 1st down yardage at the 43. We'll see if they give it to him or he's half a yard short.
He's a yard short.
He's half a yard short. Again, that play-action fake keep around the left-hand side. Southern just has no answer for it.
It's there all night.
I did give him the 1st down, by the way, at the 43-yard line.
Thank you, sir. 2-minute warning. 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout. We'll take the final break here at Daytona Stadium. When we come back, we'll take you through the end of the game and have some post-game comments for you as well. It's Wildcats 45, Jaguars 14 on a rainy day at Daytona Stadium, but the sun is shining in our hearts as we send you to break. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Network and 1380 WELE. Two-minute timeout here at Daytona Stadium in the 4th quarter. It's all Wildcats over the Southern Jaguars. They have dominated this game from minute 1. They're up 45-14 and just running out the clock. I incorrectly thought that running the football was Xavier Cox, listed as a corner. It is walk-on Deanwar Johnson out of Sarasota Booker High School, a 5'11 freshman getting a chance to play some college football today.
You said a magical word again. Freshman. Coach Woody knows how to go get them young kids, man. And these kids here will be here 2-3 years, man. And these kids getting some great opportunity playing young.
You got to give a big shout out to John Disson, Director of Recruiting.
Yeah, Gene.
For bringing these guys in. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats after the 2-minute timeout. They're at the Southern 43 going right to left, up 45-14. As we are waiting for the Red Hat to get off the field.
We haven't been in the 50s this year. You might as well go and put 50 up on them. Yeah, 50 spot, man.
Well, we got 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. McLean hands to Johnson. No, McLean keeps again off the left-hand side. This time the defense reads it well, and McLean only gets 3 yards up to the 40-yard line.
Clock running at 1:50.
No, clock stops
in 2 minutes.
Inside 2 minutes on an out-of-bounds play.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm surprised we're not just running it middle now. They give him 4 up to the 39, so 2nd down and 6. Dean Ward Johnson, the walk-on running back out of Sarasota, is in the game, and he's got college stats. Look, how about that?
Against Southern University.
McLean was originally under center. Now he backs up on 2nd down and 6. Clap, snap, handoff Johnson, shake and bake through traffic, and he's close to a 1st down at the 35. Going to be 3rd down and 2.
Have you noticed something? The only person with pink tape on his shoes is who?
Timmy McLean.
Yeah, everybody else.
Well, there's a bunch of guys on the bench.
Yeah, but
on defense.
Second teamers don't have the pink tape. Just the first teamers.
And defense, I think defense all had the pink tape.
The defense got the tape.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy, Michael.
And I see a bunch of pink armbands and pink gloves and stuff on the offense. 3rd down and 3 after they back us up to the 36. McLean keeps again. This time he's going to stop and fall forward and dive and be short. Only got to the 35, got 1 yard out of it. It looked like he was wanted to set his feet and throw down the field. He had a man running down the near side numbers, but did not, in fact, throw the ball. So it's going to be 4th and 2.
Go for it.
Yeah, if they get it, the game is over. They can just kneel it out.
57 seconds to go.
So the Wildcats, with under a minute to go, will go for it on 4th and 2. On the season, the Wildcats are 3 of 10, 40% on 4th downs.
He's going to keep it again this way.
McLean hands it off. Johnson, stretch play to the right, didn't get there. Well, he keeps his feet moving, and he doesn't get there anyway. A wall of white and blue knocked him down, so the Wildcats will not get a chance to score any more points. Southern will have the ball with 30 seconds left. Wildcats are going to win this one big, 45-14.
Cats 3-0 at home, man.
They are 3-0 at home, and 4 in a row at home, dating back to the Grambling game from last year. Wildcats have an off week before 2 more games at home to close out their home schedule. Our last home game is the 1st of November. We spend the entire month of November on the road.
That'll be great. No, yeah, we will. We just eat some good food.
So Wildcats will play Arkansas Pine Bluff in 2 weeks, then Valley to close out the home schedule, then at Grambling, at Jackson, and a Classic to close out the year. Ashton Struther in at quarterback for Southern. He'll hand the ball off. Trey Holly, big hole, 40, 45, 50, bouncing off of 5 Bethune-Cookman tacklers and tackled inside Bethune-Cookman territory at the 44-yard line. A little bit of late stat pattern for Trey.
21 seconds to go in the game.
Correction, that's not Trey Holly, that's Jason Gabriel. 13 seconds to go. Southern wants to put some points on the board. Handoff Gabriel, big hole off the left-hand side, gets to the 31 and is tackled there, a 14-yard 1st down. 6 seconds to go. Southern, are they going to burn a timeout, try and take a shot at the end zone? Or
4,
3, 2, 1.
Spike it with
1 second. Southern, after this, has 2 home games against Prairie View and Florida A&M, then at Arkansas Pine Bluff, at Alcorn State, home against Texas Southern, and, of course, in New Orleans the last week of the season for the Bayou Classic against Grambling. 1 second on the clock. From the 31-yard line, Ashton Struther probably going to take a shot to the end zone here. He's going to back up 5 steps, throw it over the middle. It's caught at the 21, tackled at the 10-yard line, and that will do it. This one belongs to the maroon and gold. Backflips and dancing going on the field between the Bethune-Cookman players as the Wildcats stamp their authority all over the Southern Jaguars. And for the first time in 116 years of playing football, the Wildcats have beaten Southern on the gridiron.
We had not beaten Southern in 7 tries. In the afternoon, Miss Mary gave us some little help. I saw our defense play as good as we've seen them play all season long. The Cats right now 2-1 in the conference, 3 wins in a row at home.
So, do you agree with me now that this is the best we've seen the defense look
Now
all year?
I will agree with you. We got to continue to play that way. And I think what you saw this week with Coach Woody just saying, stop the run, they did that.
Here are your final statistics for this 45-14 Bethune-Cookman win. Wildcats 32 first downs to Southern's 12. Wildcats 43 carries, 227 rushing yards. They obliterated their average rushing yards per game, which was 178 coming into the day. 5.3 yards per carry for the Wildcats. For Southern, 22 carries, 65 yards, 3 yards per carry.
And I like what I see, the sportsmanship by the Wildcats, letting the Jaguars get off the field, shaking hands, nobody trying to start a fight. Southern tried to start a little fisticuffs after the game was over, but classy Wildcats.
In the passing game, the Wildcats were 30 of 39. No interceptions.
No fumbles?
No fumbles. Did not turn the ball over, except we turned the ball over twice on downs.
That's okay.
That was the only turnovers of the ball game. 498 total yards, 271 through the air, 271 on the ground. How's that for symmetry?
Here we go again.
How's that for symmetry?
Say that again, Michael.
271 yards on the ground, 271 yards in the air. That's a total of 498 yards.
That's the second. Well, 2 weeks ago we had the same stat like that.
I think it was Edward Waters. I think it was Edward Waters' game we had that too. For Southern.
Go to Bethune Grill. All right.
For Southern, they had 202 passing yards and total plays 48 for 267. So the Wildcats averaging 474 yards per against a game. They only give up 267 on the day. That's half of what they normally allow in terms of yardage.
I'm going to say it again, night and day. Last week we saw what we in the third and fourth quarter, we were shaking our head saying, what is going on here? We knew we had the offense. We were waiting for the defense to catch up. These kids are a different ball club at home, Michael.
No interceptions, no fumbles for either team. Penalties, 8 penalties for 75 yards for the Wildcats, 9 penalties for 60 yards for Southern. So Southern, Daryl, Southern only had 1 penalty in the second half after getting 8 penalties in the first.
Well, they shot themselves in the foot in the first half, dug a hole they couldn't get out of.
Remember, the Wildcats were only up 21-7 at halftime. They really piled it on here in the second half, 17 in the third quarter and 7 in the fourth. Here's my favorite stat of the day. 4 punts, 38 yards per punt for Southern. How many times did Max Tulin step on the field today? 0.
We didn't punt the ball at all.
Wildcats did not punt the ball.
Well, you know, I said,
and I interviewed him for the pregame show.
That's great on you, Mike. I know I said before the game, if we got 6 stops, 5 or 6 stops, we could win this ball game. And we got 6 in a row, I think, at one time, other than the first play when they scored the 75-yard touchdown. I think the defense, man, take my hat off to the D, man, and the coaches on the defensive side, because I know they heard it all week long.
Time of possession, Bethune-Cookman, 41 minutes and 41 seconds. Southern, 18 minutes and 19 seconds.
Well, it shouldn't take them that long to catch the plane and get out of here either. The airport's right across the street.
Here's more fun statistics for you. The Wildcats, coming into the game, dead last in the country in third down percent defense. They allowed 52% on third down on defense. Tonight, 1 of 9.
Absolutely
Southern
fantastic.
was 1 of 9 on
Absolutely
third
great.
down. The Wildcats, conversely, they were not great on third down offense either, just 40%. Today, 8 of 13 on third down, including that third and 14 in the first quarter that allowed the Wildcats to come in and tie the game on that long drive after they let Southern take the lead early. That's the team stats rundown. A couple of individual numbers for you. Tam Ransom, 27 of 36, 75% completion for 254 yards, and along of 33, he took 1 sack. Timmy McLean came in, was 3 of 3 for 17 yards, and just ran the ball mostly. In the receiving game, Malik Huggins, 8 receptions, 92 yards, 11.5 yards per carry. Evans, 4 catches, 50 yards. Jenkins, 1 catch for 33 yards and a touchdown. He made me one of the most electric moments of the ball game. Javon Ross, 5 catches, 28 yards. Juan Rodriguez out of the backfield, 3 catches, 24 yards. Ricky Shaw, 3 catches, 22 yards, and a touchdown. In the rushing game, Rashawn Brown, another freshman coming in and putting up a top rushing performance. 9 carries, 68 yards, 7.2 yards per carry, and a touchdown. Ali Scott Jr., 14 carries, 59 yards, and a score. Timmy McLean, 6 carries, 44 yards, 7.3 yards per carry on that end around that he loves so much. Cam Ransom, 6 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Juan Rodriguez got his first career touchdown, 5 carries, 29 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. Shout out to Rashawn Brown, who also got his first career touchdown today. On defense for the Wildcats, Steven Sparrow, 6 tackles, Lewis, 4, Washburn, Johnson, and Davis, 3. In the tackles for loss department, Sparrow, Hollinger, and Lurie each had 1, as well as Washburn and Hall getting an assist. And for sacks, the Wildcats had 3 sacks on the day, 1 by Lurie, 1 by Sparrow, and 1 by Washburn. Harris had 2 passes defended. Gunter, Thornhill, Sparrow, and Cash each had 1. For Southern on offense, Strother came in and looked pretty good. 9 of 13, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Cameron McCoy, 5 of 12, 41%, 101 yards and a touchdown, the long of 71 on the first play from scrimmage. You could be forgiven, Sabrina, as Sabrina Petit-Home joins me on the Wildcat postgame show, for thinking that they'd played about an equal amount of the game, but Strother just played the last 5 minutes and equaled McCoy's production for the rest of the game.
Right.
In the receiving game, Morris, 3 for 87 and a touchdown. Jackson, 4 for 39 and a touchdown. Brown, 3 for 34. Minor, 1 for 20. Fuller, 2 for 17. Rushing the ball, Trey Holly, 14 carries, 71 yards, 5.1 yards a carry. He got some stat padding a little bit late, Trey Holly, against the backups, but still, we crushed his season average. He was averaging almost 6.7 yards per carry. We held him to 5.1, and before the last couple of runs on that last drive of stat pad, we had him down under 4 yards per carry. Smith, 1 of 13. Gabriel, 2 for 10. Southern did not have a rushing touchdown. For Southern on defense, the leading tackler in the game was West. Elijah West had 12 tackles. LaFleur had 7. Givens, Burster, and James each had 6. I want to bring in sideline reporter Sabrina Petit-Home. You've gotten out of your raincoat and braved the elements to bring us the sideline report here on the postgame show. And I want to talk about the keys to the game that we talked about at the beginning at the top of the broadcast. You said whatever team wins the trenches is going to win the game. Well, guess what? We neutralized Kelby Givens, who's a really great player, NFL prospect, but he didn't really have that much impact in the game, as did the rest of the defensive line.
Absolutely. One thing I could absolutely say, the Wildcats, every single game, you see improvements in all areas that we lack on previous games. And it just is so refreshing to see that we're starting to be more cohesive as a team. Southern struggled, with consistency, particularly in later quarters. And I think that BCU was able to feed off of that to continue to get the momentum going as well, too.
Talk about, the freshman Rashawn Brown coming in, getting his first career touchdown.
Right.
The freshman Juan Rodriguez coming in, getting his first career touchdown. What was the vibe like on the bench when those touchdowns went in? they were all over, right?
Yes, they were hype. I think even before the play started for him to get that touchdown, all of the defensive and offensive players that were on the bench as well were just hyping him up, yelling his name out, screaming his name, getting them ready that he already knew that he was going to make that touchdown. And I think that's something that they needed. That momentum carries on into the next game. They want that, you get a taste of a win, and now all of a sudden,
it was a rainy day out here, and not a lot of fans showed up. we thank those of you who are listening to us break this down. But the fans that were here were treated to a good one today.
Absolutely. They were doing the wave down there. I know they were going back and forth, but obviously our band and our notable cheerleaders as well. Even the fans and alumni that did come out to support us, you would have never expected that it was a lackluster of people who came to support the Wildcats.
So, Sabrina, your final thoughts on a comfortable win. I'm not used to saying that.
Me neither. I'm like, is this real?
Wildcat win.
Absolutely. I think right now the Wildcats need to be able to carry this momentum on for homecoming against UAPB. And even throughout the next game, all the way throughout Classic as well, we have a good team. The pieces are starting to make sense. Puzzles are starting to be together. I just think that they needed the confidence earlier past seasons, and they're gaining it. They're starting to see it for themselves, and I think that was the biggest thing that needed to happen.
That'll do it for us up here. We could talk a lot more about break down all the stats and everything, but we're just gonna get off the air and let you enjoy your football Saturday. Your final score: Bethune-Cookman 45, Southern 14. The Wildcats advance to 3-4 on the season, remain undefeated at home, 2-1 in conference play. Southern falls to 1-5 on the year, now 0-2 in conference play. For producer Larry Steele back in the booth, Sabrina Petit-Home, our sideline reporter. Daryl Natil, my comrade up here in the booth. My name is Michael Torillo. Thank you so much for joining us here on the CatEye Network today. No football next week. We're off on a bye week, but then it's homecoming in 2 weeks. You want to be here at the stadium for the Wildcats against Pine Bluff. We'll see you next time, and as always, hail Wildcats.